Hello. Good morning. It is Sunday, right? Yes. It is Sunday. I am playing a game called Aria's Choice. I was about to say Aromie's Choice. It is called Aria's Choice, which is interesting because my doggo is named Aria, so it's kind of tripping me out a little bit. But the game can vary from 2 to 4 hours depending on the route we're choosing. I'm just gonna go for one guy, whoever the fuck, attracts me. I don't know who the guy is in my thumbnail is, but I kind of want to go for him. Oh, wow, good morning to you too, Chronicles. You have no hope in me. It was just another typical day of studying on campus. Alright, cool. The music's a little low. Let me fix that. I sat on a bench under a sprawling tree. My psychology? Oh, hell no. My psychology textbook open in my lap. The topic at hand, the triangle theory of love. What? Like a love triangle? Oh, she's pretty. So according to triangle theory of love, love is made of three... Oh, okay, not love triangle. Love is made of 3 components. Intimacy, passion, and commitment. I never knew that. As I glanced up at my book, a group of giggling girls walked by, distracting me. Why is she talking to herself? Me right now, in my room. She looks like a weirdo. Wow, fucking rude. I ignore the comments like I care what they think. You've been here seeing my track record. It's not great. Listen, I was fined for like... I don't know. I got a good ending for 2 guys. Had to use a guy for the other 2. Despite being a psychology major, relationships and social interactions still felt like a complete mystery at times. I wanted to understand what makes people tick, but after getting into this academic course, it feels more complex rather than easy. Going back to the amount of times you screwed up gift giving with Kuya. Listen, I don't even know what that man wanted. I should have looked up a guide. Like, what did he even want? I don't know him. Relationships sure are complicated, huh? The more I study them, the less I actually understand them in the real world. That's why I just gotta interact with people, man. Just like, don't analyze them, I guess. I saw a well-dressed man approaching the girls. The girls were visibly excited to see him. Suddenly, an unexpected voice broke my reverie. They talked to him as if he was some kind of celebrity, but I couldn't make out who he was. Oh, is it the guy I want? His footsteps began to turn towards my direction after they had their little chat. I was skeptical of his approach. What did he want from me? Or is it just that he wants to sit here beside the park bench? I mean, yeah, it's a free country. He can sit on the bench if he wants. But are there other benches around, or is it just this bench? Questions raced in my mind. He slowly comes near me and then... Oh, he is! He is the guy! He is the guy in my thumbnail! I don't know any of the characters' names besides our girl, Aria. Is the seat taken? No, sir, it's not. She's just quiet. I saw him bending over to look more straight into my eyes, waiting for my response. It kind of looks a little scary, though, doesn't he? Like he could kill me? Maybe I should be wary of this guy. No, it's not taken. I believe you're Aria, right? Oh shit, he knows who I am too? Yes, Aria Hartfield. Have we met before? Have we? He smiled and pointed to my notebook. Shit, I'm embarrassing myself. On which my name was written in intricate letter art. Oh right, duh. And you are? Oh fuck, of course I'm gonna go for one of the guys that has a longer route. God damn it. Damien Blackwood. It's my pleasure to meet you. He gestured towards me to shake his hand. I'd heard all about him. Rumors swirled about his connection with high-profile figures, his involvement in various past events related to government work. Oh, I recognize you now. Among Hispanos that die or get mutilated under your love for them. Well, listen. Yeah, I'm not doing so hot. My track record. Do you study psychology too? Certainly. Oh shit, this man's psychoanalyzing me, isn't he? Wow. Okay, let's not just settle for the first guy we see, okay? Well, let's see our options here. We shook hands. So polite of you. You scanned me from head to toe as if I were a new specimen for a scientific experiment. Oh, excuse me? I straightened my skirt and stood up a little straighter. Psychology fascinates me, the human mind and all its intricacies. It's one of my courses this semester. Aria? I don't know, I think he's giving me, I think he's scaring me now. It's nice to meet a fellow student, even if we approach psychology from slightly different angles. How the fuck are you approaching it? He looks intently in my eyes. I don't know, I'm kind of getting scared now. I think he's coming on a little too strong for me. Ask him about the triangle theory of love and walk with him. Why would we walk with him? He just sat down. So you need to go to the library and refer books on the triangle theory of love. I do want to know what his thoughts are, though. I guess we're walking. My curiosity piqued. I decided to strike up a conversation with Damien. Please don't kill me. I adjusted my bag strap and took a step closer. Now wait a minute, how would you know if we approach it from different angles or not? We've only just met. Don't tell me, like, we've met before. His mouth curved into a handsome smirk. Well, now I suppose that's true. Very well, let's discuss. Where shall we begin? Well, right now in my psychology class, we're studying the triangle theory of love. Admittedly, I'm still grappling with what I think of it. What's your take on it? He doesn't believe in love. Or some shit. The triangle theory. This was so silky smooth, as if we were musing over a theory of... Musing over the theory over a bottle of red wine by the fireplace, rather than standing in the middle of a busy campus. It's an intriguing concept. You see, love isn't a monolithic emotion. Did I read that right? It's multifaceted. Like a prism refracting. A prism refracting? Do I know English? Refracting light into different colors. You had to study this topic too in your class, psychology class. I should have just played like a non-visual novel game early in the AM. In your psychology class as well. No bushy eyebrows, that's a start. Yeah, his eyebrows are kind of like cleaned up. It kind of gives me like tuxedo mask man vibes. Not exactly. I tend to follow my curiosity and get too invested in my books when it comes to studies, so I know about it. So these three components, intimacy, passion, and commitment, how do they fit together? Well... if love is a triangle, then those components are the corners. So he's thinking logically about it. Intimacy is the emotional closeness, the deep conversation, shared secrets, and vulnerability. Passion is the fire, the desire, the chemistry that ignites. And commitment is the decision to stay the long-term investment. But can't love exist without all three? What the fuck? How? Someone in the kitchen, yes. His smile widened. Absolutely. I have to keep my door open in case Aria wants to come in, so... Some relationships are high on passion but lack commitment. Oh, that's... You know what? You're right, actually. Others are built on deep friendship but lack the fiery passion. Okay, now that he's explaining it this way, it makes sense. The ideal, though, is a balanced triangle, a love that combines all three harmoniously. As we walked together across the campus, I found myself drawn to Damien's insights. His mysterious aura intrigued me. And what about you, personally? How do you perceive love? I suppose it's something like a complex equation. What? Variables change and sometimes the solution surprises us. But one thing's certain. Understanding the components help us navigate this enigma. I need to sneeze. I took a moment to process what he said, gazing at the sunlight filtering through the leaves overhead. I had no practical experience in love, so the only thing I could offer was insight on the theory as an outsider. Well, I did have a relationship in the past, but he just confessed to me and had ulterior motives. Oh, what a jackass. it was never a real love. On the other hand, Damien has such thoughtful answers, and it would have been rude to let the conversation end there. What do you mean? That's a perfect ending. Maybe we're all just trying to solve our own love equations. I returned my gaze to him once more and saw him watching me intently. There was a tightness in my chest I didn't quite understand when he spoke. Perhaps that's true. Sometimes unexpected variables make it all the more fascinating. As we continue to stroll across campus, my curiosity about the enigma of Damien Blackwood and his perspectives of on love only grew stronger. So Damien, if love is such a complex equation, do you have the solution? I'll figure it out. I don't think so. Is homie single? He has to be. The corners of his mouth turned up in a mysterious smile. Not at all. Love, like any great mystery, is meant to be explored, not solved. Wow. Okay, that quote was pretty crazy. Sorry, I didn't mean to like rewind like that. I nodded, mulling over his words. I suppose that's true. There's always more to discover, isn't there? Precisely. The journey is often more rewarding than the destination. He paused, his gaze settling on me. Speaking of which, I have a proposition for you. Oh. Do I want to know? I felt my heartbeat quicken, unsure of what to expect. A proposition? Yes. I've noticed your keen interest in psychology, and I find your perspective refreshing. How would you feel about meeting me for coffee sometime? Are you asking me out? Yeah, this music is loud now. I'm like lowering it even more. I'd be delighted to discuss the intricacies of love and human behavior in greater depth. Okay. I don't know what that conversation pertains, but alright. A flutter of nervousness and excitement stirred within me. Coffee? Well... I assure you it would be purely academic. I'm simply intrigued by your insights and would enjoy the chance to exchange ideas. He's like, this isn't a date. This is for homework. Biting my lip, I consider his proposal. On one hand, the idea of spending more time with this refreshingly mysterious man may have been thrilling, but it also intimidated me. On the other hand, the opportunity to delve deeper into the psychology of love was too tempting to pass up. Aren't there other guys in here? Hi, Maki. I had to go. I have to delve deeper into the psychology of love. I was intimidated. I shouldn't go with him. How many other dudes are in this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 dudes in here. I've only met one. You know what, sir? I'm intimidated. I'm not talking to you. I need to go see these other 4 men. Biting my lip, I consider his proposal. The part of me fascinated by Damien as his aura wanted to say yes, but another more cautious part holds me back. I started trying to strike a polite but firm tone. Coffee sounds lovely, Damien, and I truly do appreciate the invitation. However, I'm swamped with coursework right now, especially in psychology. Between lectures, reading, and upcoming exams, I'm afraid I wouldn't be able to dedicate the time a proper discussion deserves. Oh no, he's sad! Oh, he's sad. But I need to go see these 4 other dudes. Oh, but he looks so sad. I did save, right? Okay, I did save. So, I mean, it's not the end of the world. A flicker of disappointment crosses Damien's face, but he quickly recovers his composure. I understand completely. He says smoothly. Academic pursuits do require significant time investment. Perhaps another time then. Definitely. We exchanged phone numbers and Damien took his leave, his goodbye courteous and lingering. What's with the music? It's eerie. As I watched him walk away, strange mix of emotions were within me. Relief at avoiding a potentially awkward coffee date. He said it wasn't a date, girly. He said it was purely academic. I couldn't shake the feeling of unease after Damien's persistent advances. Was he persistent? He just said okay. There was something off about him, a cunning glint in his eyes that didn't sit right with me. That is true, though. He did kind of give me weird vibes. His words felt empty, devoid of genuine affection, and I couldn't help but suspect he was hiding something. Maybe he's just traumatized. I don't know. Seeking refuge from discomfort, I slipped away to the art room, hoping for some quiet solitude. Okay, this is where we're gonna meet Michelangelo. There's a guy named Michelangelo. Some time alone. Where am I, though? The art room. Suddenly, a voice startled me. Hey, what are you doing here? Are you my best friend? Are you a new art student? Okay, you're not my best friend. But you can be. Or are you here to admire the art our department created? It doesn't matter. Okay, this guy's very chatty. What matters is that you're here and I need help. Can you help me get these paints? They're quite heavy. What? Wait, who are you? Sorry, where are my manners? Okay, this is Michelangelo. The name's Michelangelo. But some people think it's too long and they like to call me Miguel. Okay. I don't know where they got Miguel from Michelangelo. I don't really care what you call me as long as you know you're talking to me. What the? As for what I am, I'm an art student. Well, clearly. Hey, what are you drawing? Drawing? No, creating. He was so offended. Art is human expression, at least how I interpret it. But then again, what is a human? Are you a philosopher? Yes, O Lady of the Lake. Lady? Perhaps your name is Vivian. No, now you're giving me fucking names? My name is Aria. Aria. So where is... How do you pronounce this word? Adagio? Adagio? I don't know. I butchered that up. Sorry. And Sonata, right? What? I'm so glad you don't get that. Are you messing with me? Not trying to, but it's funny. Okay, no. Pass. But I'll stop now. You can put the paints there on the table. I grunt, straining to lift the hefty box of paints. My arms wobble for a moment, muscles screaming in protest before I manage to heave it on. How much is this? How much are the paints? Because if it's 50 pounds, girly, we can't get hired anywhere. Before I manage to heave it onto the table with a grateful thud. Yeah, those are heavy. Paints, am I right? You're telling me. These things are heavy. Yeah, probably should have told you that. He did, though. But I wouldn't want to undermine your abilities just because you're a girl. Oh, okay. I believe people now say equal rights, equal fights. So, you'll fight a girl? I'm not a fighter. Maybe a lover? I don't even hear anyone ask that anymore. If you're a fighter or a lover. And then, you know, that one person be like, I fight for what I love. But if a girl is ready to lay her fingers on me, I'm whipping out my paintbrush like it's a ruler. What? I'm gonna go all nun on her? Like, slapping her with the ruler? If they got away with it, so can I. Alright. I'm not the one for unnecessary violence, so it's not something I'm gonna worry about. Exactly. If you don't want the meat, don't start a beef. Okay. I take a look at his art piece. Aren't you going to tell me what that art piece is? Oh, that? It's almost finished. Just needs a few extra details. It looks fine to me, Michelangelo. But it isn't. Something's missing, and it feels like I'm missing that part of being human. Love. Yeah, I'm actually studying about the love triangle theory, and if you have time, I'd like your input on it. She's just gonna ask everyone what are your thoughts on this love triangle theory? Or love, yeah, right? Did I say that right? I don't know. What are they? Commitment, intimacy, and passion. Passion. So like me with my passion for art. Yeah, but it's more physical than a feeling. Then what is passion if you can't feel the passion for what you're creating? I suppose you're right. People need to feel loved after all. Yeah, and I need to feel what I'm creating when I'm listening to lo-fi. Lo-fi. It's what I listen to get into the zone of just creating without stressing if I'm doing it right. Money, power, and respect. I don't think that's the love triangle. Interesting. I'll keep you in mind, but I do have to go and write my paper. Esperin. Wait, what is it? I know we just met and all, but I was wondering if you'd possibly like to go on a date with me? Dude! No. I'd like to talk more about the triangle of love, and you seem like a nice girl, so what do you say? No, you made me pick up these paints for you while you were doing nothing. A date? Where would that be? Well, how about the Oh, I love museum dates. Music has all forms of art, but be it music, history, or ancient technology. Museum it is then. Wait! What do you mean? Wait, I didn't get a choice to say no. I don't want to go on a date with this man. I literally denied Damien. Wait, what the fuck? Excuse me, bitch. Wait. Why am I on a date with this man? I wanted to say no and move along. I don't know if you guys heard Aria cry, but same. What the fuck? Did I just end up with the wrong guy? I might have to go reload if that's the case. Or maybe this is just a date and it goes awful because I see someone else. Your route has been decided. Nah, this is bullshit. I step into the Grand Museum, my eyes taking in the impressive displays of art and history all around me. As I, you know what? Well, I'm just gonna play this date for like 5 minutes and we'll go back. Because there's no way. What the hell? As I wandered through the halls, an excited voice exclaimed, "Oh my goodness, can you believe this magnificent piece? The details are exquisite." A tour guide patently? I've never seen this word. Explains the historical significance of the artwork of a group of the enthralled visitors, one of whom seems particularly awestruck. Ah, yes. Ah, perfect. I can't believe I lived so long without seeing this piece in person. What the fuck? Shaking my head with an amused smile, I continued on until I spotted Michelangelo standing before a large exhibit. Wait, we're on a date, but he just wandered off on his own? What is this bullshit? I continued on until I spotted Michelangelo standing before a large exhibit, his gaze transfixed on the display depicting the era of Prohibition. I call out to him. Michelangelo? Dude, what kind of date is this? He didn't pick us up. We didn't even meet outside of the museum. Chronicles, if you do this, no. No way, man. I approached him. What interests you about this? Or maybe they were already... Okay, I'm just gonna give him the benefit of the doubt that they were... No, because if you're on a date, you should be with your date. Never mind. I cannot. He turns to me, a pensive look on his face. Alcohol was banned at that time, and now it's not. It's fascinating how societal norms can change so drastically over time. Michelangelo's eyes took on a faraway look as he launched into a rambling discourse on the ever-evolving nature of cultural values and acceptance. I listened intently, my mind processing the weight of his words, even as Michelangelo seemed to think I wasn't paying attention. Suddenly I interject. So what's considered normal now? What? Do you just like hearing yourself talk? Me at the location, do whatever for admission, and then... No! Split to go where I want to go. That's not how the date works! You're supposed to be with your date the whole time. So you can talk and experience the vibes together. Or am I wrong? I don't even know how people date anymore. What's going on here? Thinking he hadn't heard me, I repeat. I asked what's considered normal now. But Michelangelo holds up a hand halting me. No need to repeat yourself. I finally found someone who understands my thought process. There is no such thing as normal. What defines it changes constantly. We spent the next hour meandering through the museum. Our conversations were as lively as the color in the paintings around them. There's no paintings here. Michelangelo stops abruptly before a painting from the Great Depression era. The muted tones and gaunt faces draw my attention as well. She can come too, but I came to the spot for a reason. Wait, why would you ask her out then? Wow. That's just called a hangout. If it's a hangout, I don't care if you, like, walk away first. But if it's a date, what the fuck, man? Michelangelo breathed, his voice hushed. Look at the worry lines etched on that man's face. It's like you can feel his desperation. I nod, my gaze lingering on a woman clutching a thin bowl of soup. The artist captured a lot of emotions here. It's more than just poverty. It's a quiet hope for something better. We moved on to the World War I exhibit. She wanted to know your interests, so you abandoned her? A display case held a tattered gas mask and a worn soldier's diary. A heavy silence fell between us as we took it in. War is such a waste. She fucking fight out of her damn self. No, Chronicles. That's not how this works. What the fuck? He finally said, his voice low. These things remind you of the real cost. He gently traces the diary with a finger. I wonder what stories are written inside. Stories of loss, no doubt, I said softly. But maybe courage too. The courage to fight for what you believe in, even when it's terrifying. Our next stop was a display of ancient Egyptian artifacts. Oh, Tyler would love this. The Egyptian artifacts part. We watched The Mummy yesterday. I haven't watched The Mummy ever, I think. That movie's pretty good. Sarcophagi? Statues of pharaohs and intricate hieroglyphics filled the room. Imagine. His eyes wide with wonder. A civilization that believed in life after death. Their artifacts reflects that belief, don't you think? I knelt down to examine some hieroglyphics closer. It's like a hidden language. I mused. A story waiting to be deciphered. They must have had amazing stories to tell. As we rounded a corner, a hauntingly beautiful melody filled the air. We followed the sound to a display of traditional instruments from a faraway land. Listen to that. He closed his eyes and sways to the music. The music tells a story too. The rhythm, the instruments, it speaks of their culture, their way of life. Intrigued, I ask, could you capture that feeling in a painting? The essence of a place just through music. Michelangelo grins. That's a challenge, but a good one. It will be about translating sound into emotion, translating a culture onto the canvas. We continue our conversation, our voices bouncing softly off the vast halls of the museum, each exhibit sparking a new thought, a new question, a deeper appreciation for the vast tapestry of human experience. Okay. He's not in-game, yeah? The next day I made my way to class, spotting my friend Serenity, already seated. As I slid into the chair beside her, I couldn't resist mentioning my encounter with Michelangelo from the previous day. You'll never guess who I met at the museum yesterday. What do you mean? I thought you guys were on a date. What do you mean? Oh, guess who I just met at the museum, coincidentally. You saw a bunch of eggplants? What? Tell me I'm wrong, though. People love drawing naked people. Oh, that's what you meant. Like, with that logic, why is historical art so good when you see a bunch of wings and melons, but talk about a dirty manga and people go balls to the walls with it? Well, Serenity, I wasn't looking at that type of art, but alright. Have you read those manga? You gotta ask Jeffrey. He doesn't have any dignity. Noted, moving back on the topic, I began. This guy named Michelangelo. He's an art student and he has the most fascinating perspective on societal norms, Serenity does what in recognition? Michelangelo? The guy who streams his artwork sessions and posts videos online? Oh, so he's a streamer. I kind of heard this girl looking at. I don't know. Maybe the stone artworks. He's not super popular yet, but I find him really interesting. I nod eagerly. Exactly. He was going on about how there's no such thing as normal, and that our perceptions of it are constantly evolving. Sounds bizarre, but in a good way. Serenity remarked with a grin. He definitely seems like an intriguing character. A bit too excitable for my taste, perhaps. Oh, she already friend-zoned him. I muse, but I can't deny his insights were thought-provoking. Serenity's attention suddenly shifts as she catches sight of someone across the room. Speaking of intriguing characters, do you see that guy over there? Okay, who, where? I'm nosy, show me. The one sitting in the second row, Tanner. Is he cute? I follow her gaze furrowing my brow. Which one is Tanner? The one right there. Where? Serenity clarifies pointing. Okay, she's pointing now. Pointing discreetly. I think he's really cute. Let me see. So Michelangelo aside, what the fuck? I wanna see! I think he's cute. Doesn't show me. Michelangelo aside, what have you been up to lately? Serenity smiles. Honestly, just trying to figure out how to get some more definition in these arms. I swear to God, I think Tanner is one of the dateables. 1 second, I'm pulling up the thing again. No, he's not. Okay, never mind. You're fine, bestie. It's Silver, Ethan, Ty, Damien, and Michelangelo. So we only seen 2 out of 5. Okay. I still wanted to see if he was cute for the bestie, though. Planning on arm wrestling a bear. Serenity laughs. Maybe not a bear, but those weightlifting challenges online are tempting. Oh yeah, I've seen those. They look brutal. Serenity grins. Torture session it is. Though I might need some moral support to keep me from slacking off. Consider it done. Now, on a lighter note, what anime series have you been obsessed with lately? What is this conversation? We're just like bouncing one topic to the next. Oh man, where do I even begin? What you're saying is Tanner will probably be the best option yet and you're never gonna get him. I always feel like that's what happens in games. The side characters you can't get are the ones you want to have. But Bestie already claimed him, so I'm not gonna be that rude. I just finished Astra Lost in Cosmos. It was mind-blowing. Space adventures. Exactly. It's got this amazing blend of mystery, sci-fi, and just enough heart to make you cry. Sounds right up my alley. I just finished watching Spy Friends. I was about to say Spy Family. Have you seen that one? I think I stopped on like the last 2 episodes of Spy Family Season 1 and never went back. No way. I'm actually planning to start that next. You're in for a treat. The characters are hilarious, especially the little one. Serenity's eyes widen. You mean Aliyah? I don't know. I can't wait to see her in action. See? We're practically soulmates. What? Wait, what? I'm gonna get sued. Now back to this workout plan. They are bouncing conversations. It's so hard for me to focus. Always keeping me in check. Thanks, girl. Our conversation continued in the lighthearted territory and discussing potential workout routines in their favorite anime series. At one point, Serenity jokingly exclaimed, "Don't make me have Tanner toss you around." What? Why? Don't you want him to toss you around, not me? I attempt to continue the playful banter, but I notice Serenity's expression souring as her gaze falls upon another student, Silver. Okay, cool, bet. There's other potential. Puzzled, I wondered out loud. Why do you two always seem to argue? Serenity's lips pressed into a thin line. She remained silent for a moment before muttering. It's just something about Silver that ticks me off. Maybe it's because I know what it's like to have virtually nothing, but he never had to deal with that. Why are you blushing? Do you like Tanner or do you like Silver? And can I see Silver? Chuggling softly, I decided not to pry further. Well, how about we blow some steam at the arcade tonight? I could go for some gaming fun. Or are they not showing me because I'm stuck with Michelangelo, who I don't want? Serenity's frown melts away, replaced by her eager grin. Now you're talking, let's do it. As the lecture began, we exchanged excited glances, already looking forward to our plans for a night of friendly competition and carefree enjoyment. Bestie, hey, it's Hatsune Miku. This game got Serenity DLC? No, this game's free. I'm playing the crane games. Where are they? Oh, in the back. Amid Serenity at the arcade, the sounds of video games and laughter filling the air. As we scanned the area, Serenity's eyes lit up. Oh, there's a Dance Dance Revolution machine. Nah, you have fun with that. I have no rhythm. Wanna give it a try? No. I grin. Sure, let's do it. Oh, who are these? Who are they? Oh, it's Ty and Tanner. Which one's Ty? Ty's the one that's dateable. However, as we approach, we notice Ty and Tanner. If it's in order, then I'm assuming this guy is Ty. And that's Tanner. Okay, bestie. I see you. They're cute. However, as we approach, we notice Ty and Tanner are already engaged in an intense competition, their feet moving in a flurry across the dance pads. The duo is so evenly matched that they're round and in a tie, both of them panting from their exertion. It's the cutie and Mr. Muscles! Girl, you don't say that out loud. Since you showed me the brunette in class, I'm guessing Ty is the blonde one? Blonde, blue eyes? Before I or Serenity could suggest taking their turn, a blurry motion caught our attention. Layla, a familiar figure known for her incredible strength, had stepped into the dance machine, determined to outdo the previous challengers. Damn, she's tatted up. Oh god, that loud noise scared the living shit out of me. Unfortunately, her enthusiasm proved a bit too much, and with a resounding crack, the machine succumbed to her powerful movements. What the fuck? You broke the machine? You break, you pay. The arcade owner emerges from the back, his expression one of I don't know that word. I don't know how to pronounce. What happened here? He exclaims. I was getting ready to bust a move. However, upon laying eyes on Layla, the arcade owner deflates. Oh, it was Layla. Never mind then. Oh, so this is a usual occurrence. Serenity and I exchanged confused glances, but Ty and Tanner simply shrugged it off. Just go with it. Tanner mutters. We don't have the money to fix that thing anyway. Layla, ever the boisterous person, strode over to introduce herself to the newcomers. Hey there. Layla's the name. We're in the same sports psychology class. I supplied, realizing the connection. After exchanging introductions, we decided to satisfy the rumbling stomachs with some arcade snacks. As they munched away, Serenity found herself getting along famously with Layla's vibrant personality, while Tanner's gaze lingered a little too long on Serenity, something she couldn't help but notice. Ooh! Wait, that doesn't look like a good look. He looks kind of like sick. You two seem pretty friendly. Tanner remarked, a hint of envy in his tone. Wait, are you jealous? Serenity waves a dismissive hand. Why does she look so huge compared to Layla? Layla looks like super small. I just like Layla's personality. She's a hoot. She looks ginormous. Layla here? No, you're not Layla. Serenity here looks ginormous. Jesus Christ. Tanner nods grudgingly. Yeah, she's got that charming vibe. Tends to get along well with the soccer and football teams. Everyone sees me as a big sister figure. Okay. As much as I... Actually, no, I really don't care. Can I see Ty? Layla chimes in, though, in a state of confusion. Although I did overhear one of the guys call me a dummy mommy once. Okay. 6 foot versus 5'11". Why would he call me a mommy? I don't even have any kids. Can I call you mommy? You know what, Ty? Fuck you. I don't care about you either. What did you say? Nothing. I said that guy must be a dummy. Silly baka! Fuck no! What the fuck is this shit? You know what? I should have just stuck to Damien. What the fuck? A collective exclamation of surprise and amusement ripples through the group, and Serenity can't help but laugh. We still have to see Silver and Ethan. Where are y'all? As an influencer, I've been caught far worse. You're an influencer? What is this group of friends here? What the fuck am I? Am I a boring normie? Layla's eyes widen with interest. An influencer, huh? That's something I've been considering too. That's why I took a marketing course at the university. Our conversation then flowed easily, punctuated by laughter and the occasional competitive jab as they bonded over their shared interests and experiences, forming the foundations of what promised to be an entertaining friendship. Alright, bestie, I kinda wanna look at these other dudes. As much as I love hanging out with you, I must go find my triangle love theory thing. After the bonding session at the arcade, we decided to hit up a local... Fuck, we're still going out. At a local bar for some drinks and further camaraderie. So we approached the entrance, the bartender eyed me and Serenity, prompting us to present our IDs. However, Ty and Tanner were regular, so they waved through without hassle. Layla's towering stature and mature appearance also seemed to satisfy the bouncer. What do you mean, towering stature? Are you telling me, like, Serenity's, like, maybe, like, 6-something and she's 6 foot? There's no way. Satisfied the bouncer as they didn't request her identification. As we made our way towards an available table, Layla's attention was diverted, causing her to miss a puddle of spilled beverages on the floor. Without a warning sign in sight, her feet slipped out from under her and she found herself pitching forward. It's Damien! Oh man, I should have stuck with Damien. God damn it. Before anyone could react, a pair of strong arms caught her, preventing an embarrassing tumble. Careful there. A smooth voice purred, and Layla looked up to find herself gazing into the sharp features of Damien, a familiar face around campus. But what if he's a killer? He could be like a man with a pretty face that's into psychology to just be a killer. He's not. I think this game is actually wholesome and there's not like a horror visual novel romance going on. A blush crept onto Layla's cheeks as she regained her footing, much to the whatever the fuck that word is, of Ty and Tanner, who couldn't help but feel a twinge of jealousy at the display. Wait, does Ty and Tanner love Layla? Women love that shit? What do you mean? I say that as my game choices is kind of sus. Daddy don't like this. Who's Daddy? Daddy? Well. That isn't the cutest competitor I saw earlier at Dance Dance Revolution. Think you could catch me if I fell? What the fuck? Are you calling yourself Daddy? Tanner, caught off guard by her sudden shift in attention, stammers. Yeah, probably. I mean, of course I could. It's been online post about women thirsting for murder and shit. Yeah, okay. Not. Okay. To each their own. He rubbed the back of his neck. His cheeks were burning red. Serenity smirks. The playful glint in her eyes were undeniable. That's good to know, strong man. Maybe you could show me sometime then? Oh, right. She's into Tanner. I forgot. You do you, bestie. Just in case, the floor tries to attack me like it did Layla. Flex those muscles. What is this? This game is so cringe. I'm not reading that. So you heard. Heard what? Maybe. Are you into that? Are you... I'm not judging. I won't judge. Whatever you're into, man. But only if you promise to go easy on me at the arcade next time. You and Layla were wrecking crew. Wrecking crew on those racing games. Serenity threw her head back and laughed. I'm just watching this whole thing go off. Girl, what? Main character, can we just... We're a side character now. We're just showing you rookies how it's done, Tanner. Don't worry, I might go easy on you if you can handle it. But you can always let me know... Oh my god. Breathe. You can always let me know when mommy is always acting too tough. Serenity refuses to let Tanner's slip of tongue be forgotten. You called her mommy? I thought you were calling Layla mommy. Or are you just calling every woman you love mommy? Do we have issues we want to talk about? You okay, dude? Her playful jab was laced with just a hint of a challenge. Tanner couldn't help but grin. Bring it on. I wouldn't want you to think I'm scared of a little friendly competition. I, the ever-supportive friend, nudged Ty's arm gently and offered a sympathetic smile. Rough night, huh? Girl, I think we should just go home. Ty sighed, slumping a little further into his chair. Yeah, you could say that. Seeing Layla fawn over Damien like that, ugh, it just rubs me the wrong way. The first NPC main character, literally! I take a sip of my drink, my gaze flickering between Layla and Damien. The fuck is this possible? I don't know. I thought I was the main character. Is it really Aria's choice? I feel like I have no choice so far. I understand. It can be tough seeing someone you like give their attention to someone else. Ty scoffs. We're obsessed. Oh, okay. I've been dropping hints for weeks, trying to work up the nerve to ask her out, and then Mr. Perfect Muscles shows up and suddenly she can't see straight. I started cautiously. Well, maybe you just haven't found the right moment yet. Layla seems like a strong, independent kind of person. Maybe a more direct approach would be better? Would work better? Ty raised an eyebrow. Direct? Like what? I don't know. Hey, I like you. Yeah, I think that works. Walk over there and declare my undying love in front of everyone? No, just pull her aside. What the fuck? You don't have to... I give a half smile. Maybe not that dramatic. But maybe next time you see her, strike up a conversation. Find something you have in common to talk about. Show her you're interested without being overbearing. Ty considers this for a moment. A flicker of hope rekindled in his eyes. Yeah, maybe you're right. I don't want to scare her off. Thanks, Aria. You're a... friend zone. Dude, Chronicles, I think you jinxed me. You're a good friend. Anytime. I raise my glass in a silent toast to our friendship. Fuck, I fumbled. I fumbled so bad. I fumbled. I could have gone on a date with Damien, but I'm like, no, let me see my options. And here's my options. You're like so cute and handsome. Layla, fuck off. This is my man's. Layla gushes, her voice dripping with admiration. It gives an innocent vibe, like a little kid being brutally honest without any filter. And you're so muscular. They even seem to find the whole situation hilarious and endearing, reveling in the attention from this statuesque beauty. Tanner, unable to contain his frustration any longer, blurts out. Oh wait, does Tanner and Ty like her? That's a love triangle. What the fuck? Some curious glances from nearby patrons land on him, causing him to retreat into himself. I couldn't help but admire Layla's confident and direct approach, prompting me to tease Serenity. You can be like that too, you know? You know, you are a bit like that too. Like what? I let out an exasperated exclamation, flustered by the insinuation. That's how the cookie crumbles. What are we talking about? What is happening? Am I having a fever dream? Tanner muttered, trying to brush off the situation with nonchalance. Or is there just multiple conversations going on at once and he's reacting to that? Serenity fixed him with an incredulous look. Are you really serious right now? The evening promised to be an eventful one, filled with unexpected twists, flirtations, and the ever-shifting dynamics of friendship and attraction. That's one crazy night. The following day, I was strolling across the university campus when I spotted Michelangelo standing near a fountain. Fuck, I think I'm a Michelangelo route. His gaze fixated on the water's gentle flow. Seizing the opportunity for a playful surprise, I called out. Hey, where's Lapis? Michelangelo nearly jumped out of his skin, whirling around with a startled expression. This is not Lapis. This is clear blue. He corrects before realizing mischievous grin. Chuckling at our shared joke, we exchanged warm greetings, catching up on how our day's been. You know what? After that, whatever the fuck I just read, maybe Michelangelo isn't too bad. He's mentally there, yeah? He's mentally sane. I couldn't resist recounting the bizarre incident involving Layla from the previous night. I don't even know what the fuck happened last night. As I regaled him with the details, Michelangelo nodded in recognition. Yes, I know Ty and Tanner quite well. We were childhood friends. You were? Okay, you said were, so you're not friends anymore? Attending the same after-school programs for art and sports. My eyebrow perks up. Really? That's quite a coincidence. Indeed. How are you... And before he starts to flirt with the statue... I haven't even met the other two. Am I fucked? Did I fuck myself over? Michelangelo affirmed. We all received scholarships for our respective crafts, sports for them and art for me. In fact, my artwork, Football, was featured at the Super Bowl halftime show one year. Oh, nice, nice. Okay. Before I could inquire further, our conversation was interrupted by the simultaneous pings of our phones. Checking the notifications, I realized we both had received invitations for a beach gathering. Looks like we've been summoned to the beach. Okay. A grin creeps across my face. I've never received these kinds of invitations before. Michelangelo nodded, his expression brightening. As have I. Shall we make plans to attend together? Are we actually going together? Or are you just gonna be there and then I'm gonna be there and be like, wow, crazy? I readily agreed and we parted ways, already looking forward to their upcoming beach adventure and the promise of more memorable experiences to come. Yeah, dude, I think I'm a Michelangelo route. How did things end this way? After university classes, Serenity and Layla arrived at my place, eager to discuss the events of the previous night and their— What the fuck were you two on last night? I need y'all to both to sit the fuck down and explain. Cause your girlie here don't understand what happened last night. Layla, you have like 2 people after you. Serenity is after the one man that's after you. I am just a bystander. Y'all need to fix this messy shit out. The events of the previous night and their respective love interests. As they settled in, Layla couldn't help but gush about Damien's charms. He was just so cute, you know? Dude, I'm so mad I didn't go for Damien. She sighs in a happy daze. Serenity nudges her playfully. Cute? Girl, you were straight up flirting with him from the moment he caught you. Was I? I didn't even realize. Before Layla could ponder further, I chimed in with a teasing Lil. Well, if we're discussing flirtatious behavior, what about you and Tanner, Serenity? Also, R.I.P. Ty, I guess I could say, you're too slow. Isn't that a reference to... who? Naso the Hedgehog. That's... Are we talking about the other hedgehog that we all know that's blue? Serenity's cheeks flush as Layla let out a delighted squeal. You two make such a cute couple. I could totally see that happening. What? I kind of do want to start over. We haven't met the other two though. How the fuck do I encounter the other two? Fucking not sit probably because there's this one picture of this guy. Oh, Silver. Silver looks so cute. Oh, but his description sounds like he's spoiled. Fuck. Should I restart? We're already an hour in. I should just commit. I could totally see that happening. It might come off as flirty, but he's always been a great guy. I knew him in high school during my chubby girl era, and he still treats me the same regardless of how I look. Who are we talking about, Damien? Bless her, Serenity snapped back at me. What about you and Michelangelo, huh? Nothing. Nothing is happening between us. Don't think I didn't notice the way you two were hitting it off. Listen. I didn't mean to. Fuck. I didn't mean to. I tried to open my mouth to protest, but the arrival of the boys interrupted the banter. With the group assembled, we piled into the car, bickering and laughter, filling the air as we set off for our beach adventure. The drive was a lively affair, with Tanner and Serenity exchanging playful jabs, Layla regaling them with tales of her athletic exploits, and Michelangelo offering philosophical musings on the nature of the ocean and its artistic interpretations. As we near our destination, the anticipation mounted, each of us eager to soak up the sun, surf, and sand, and perhaps indulge in a little more flirtatious banter along the way. Listen, I don't like the ocean. I'm gonna just collect seashells. Oh, Damien. Fuck my life. At the beach, Damien and Layla seem to gravitate towards each other. This is such a shitty route for me. Their connection growing stronger with every passing moment. What the fuck? Just watching my friend fall in love with the guy I wanted, but I just wanted better options. I just wanted to see what was out there. Should have stuck with my first fish. Layla, ever the wild spirit, decided to make a sand angel beside the water's edge as the dry sand was too hot for her liking. As she wriggled her arms and legs to create the imprint, Damien approached, I think? A bemused smile playing on his lips. Is it a good idea to make a sand angel so close to the water? Layla grins up at him and undeterred. It's the only way I can do it without burning myself on the hot sand. He's literally in a sweater. Moments later, mischievous wave rolled in, catching them both by surprise and drenching them with a playful spray. Damien lost his footing, tumbling onto the sand beside Layla as they both erupted into fits of laughter. I'm having so much fun. I am such a side character in a main character game. How did I mess up? I'm so bad. Damien admitted, his gaze lingering on Layla's radiant smile. I wish we could see each other more often. Maybe even become more than just friends. You know what? I'm just gonna cry this entire stream. We're just watching our friends get together with people. Meanwhile, Ty and Tanner were locked in a friendly surfing competition, vying to see who could conquer the biggest wave. Serenity watched with amusement as the two boys paddled fiercely, their determination palpable. However, the waves proved too powerful, and a particularly large swell sent Tanner tumbling his board, launching him directly towards Serenity. Oh, is she gonna catch him? He landed with a graceless thud. Nope, never mind. Their bodies tangled to— oh, okay, never mind. They're— okay. Dude, this track record is awful. Their bodies tangling together in an awkward embrace. If I had the mindset of Nagato, that means the end game. Whatever game that is, I'm gonna win big. Is that how this works? Is that how this works? Looks like I've fallen for you. Tanner quipped, trying to recover some semblance of suave charm. Serenity winces, rubbing her side. Yeah, you've fallen for my ribs, more like. Undeterred, Tanner shoots her a roguish grin. How about we get ribs later, just the two of us? Okay, bestie, look at you. Serenity sighs and then chuckles. Fine. I'm so lonely. What the fuck am I? Chopped liver? I'm all alone and no one was there beside me. Oh, I'm literally forgotten. Suddenly a red-haired chick in what appears to be a mermaid outfit comes from the shore. It's a whole new— what the fuck? Where's my thingamabobs? Well, hello there. Oh, okay. Hi, Michelangelo. I don't know how this happened. How do I tell you I just want to be friends? Across the beach, Michelangelo and I stood side by side, mesmerized by the breathtaking sunset painting the sky in vibrant hues. You know, I mean, out of the trio, Michelangelo isn't that bad compared to Ty and Tanner. But the thing is, Tanner isn't an option. So, it's more like between Ty. I wanted Damien. This is awful. I couldn't resist teasing my artistic companion. Now there's a work of art, right? Michelangelo nods, his gaze drinking in the natural masterpiece. Indeed, a true work of art. He just seems like best friend material to me. He pauses, turning to face me with a contemplative expression. And— oh shit. Perhaps you could be my next muse, or even something more. Is there an option to friend zone? Extending a drawing paper towards me, Michelangelo offers a hopeful smile, leaving the possibilities open, the evening's magic lingering in the air. I could reject him. I could reject him. If I reject him, do I get another option, another chance to go date somebody else? I don't think so, right? Just friend zone material. Okay, fine. Fuck. Because I feel like if I reject him, it's gonna be like, okay, well, you just get normal ending. Or whatever. I don't think it will, like, let me go with another guy halfway in the game. Okay, I'll become your muse. Listen, Aria, there's something I want to say. What is it? What's with this music? Okay, it's just slow. Okay, I just got a little scared. I want you to be my muse. Why? Because all of a sudden, a seagull comes raining down from above and steals the paper Michelangelo had in his hand. What was that paper anyway? The seagull gives it to the red-haired chick. Is this a towel? Oh my golly goodness. Thank you so much. I don't know what it's like to never be wet. I guess there's always a first for everything. Somehow the girl manages to dry herself with the paper the seagull gave her. Aria pulls out her phone and takes a picture. Now that's art. Miguel, what were you saying? Oh my Maya. How dare she what the fuck? Desecrate my piece? Slowly becoming defeated, are you? I am. It's like, whatever, man. Copium. I'm a teacher a thing or two. Wait, are you abusive? Suddenly a whole art station appears and Michael forces the red-headed girl along with Ty, because why not, to redraw his piece. After hours of trying, the red-haired mermaid-looking girl was on the verge of tears. I'm sorry. I didn't know. Sorry, it's not enough, I guess. You stay up all night if you have to in order to finish this piece. What the fuck? What is this? I'm gonna grab a donut. Y'all want anything? No? Alright. I'm gonna head out. I'm getting tired. I'm gonna head out too. I wonder what the big deal was. He really is passionate about art. To be continued? Wait a second. What kind of... Oh, I'm so bad at games. Is this just a demo? Oh, I wish JJ was here for me to ask. I thought this was a full game. No, it has to be a full game, yeah? JJ was in the chat yesterday. JJ is not here today. Because JJ said it depends on how fast I read. It's 2 to 4 hours. I finished it in an hour. Alright, bet. Let's play another round. No, we'll play another round. Alright. Okay. I'm gonna say I'm going to the library. Bye. I arrive at the campus library, hoping to find a seat to study. Oh, the music's so cute. Oh, I love the music. Oh, this music is so cute. Anyway, my eyes lit up seeing an isolated table near bright windows but as I got closer, I noticed someone sitting there. You're so cute. Oh my god. You look like you need sleep. Who are you? Who's this guy? Are you dateable? I'm gonna assume you're dateable because you have a CG art. You must be... Ethan. Are you Ethan? Are you the love of my life? A tall boy resting against the wall, undisrupted by his surroundings. He wore a woolly face mask and LED headphones, which I could hear playing him at max volume. Okay, your eardrums are gonna be dead by the time you're like 30. So lower that shit. His large blue hoodie almost hid his features, prompting me to tilt my head to catch a glimpse of what's underneath. Oh, hello there. My sudden approach startled him. He sat up a bit anxiously, lowering his phone to catch a glimpse of the newcomer. Now I recognized those eyes under the mask and his messy hair. It was Ethan Nakamura, a sheepish and intelligent student, was often disconnected from the world around him, hiding behind a screen, be it computer or cell phone. He was the cybertech prodigy on the campus and often participated in coding competitions. Okay, we found the love of my life, actually. Fuck Damien. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to startle you from what you were doing. No, it's okay. I was going to get up anyway. Wait, no! He stood to go up, but stopped short when he caught sight of my textbook. Oh, are you studying psychology? To my surprise, he put his phone away and took off his headphones to talk to me. Yes, do you study psychology too? Sort of. I mean, I take sociology. The psychology of crowds, then. I'll take your word for it. I ended up getting caught up in my work during class. I thought about taking notes with good old paper and pen instead, but then I'd be too stressed about all the work I could be getting done during class time to focus. Quite the dilemma. For sure. Anyway, it's nice to meet you. Name's Ethan. Ethan Nakamura, leader of the school's coding team. I could have mentioned that everyone knew who he was, but I didn't want to embarrass him. Listen, he's fucking respectful, okay? He's not assuming everyone knows him, Aria. Name's Aria Hartfield. Nice to meet you face to face, Ethan. I'm surprised you take sociology, though. Doesn't exactly seem like it'd be of use to someone in your line of work. Maybe not, but it never hurts to learn about how society works and how people interact. Okay. Okay, awareness. Don't jinx me, Chronicles, please. There was something cryptic about the way he spoke, as if the words were weighted with deeper meaning he was helpless to convey out loud. I was intrigued by his guarded nature, and I decided I wanted to try and crack Ethan's shell. Well, Ethan, would you like to study with me? I know psychology is a little different than sociology, but understanding how individuals tick can help give more context for how society operates overall, wouldn't you say? I love your perspective on it. Ethan closes his eyes for a bit to think. I watched his intense expression with a curious expectancy. After a moment, he opened his eyes again. There was a small wrinkle that was barely visible above his mask that I assumed meant he was smiling beneath its cover. Sure, I wouldn't mind studying a bit. I have some time before I go home. I took a seat at the table. He sat down next to me. I opened my textbook, trying to look as intelligent and academic as I could, hoping to impress him. Me. Me, but then my book's upside down or some bullshit. Currently, we're studying the triangular theory of love. Imagine Layla going for him too. I will fight her. I've already set eyes on him, Layla. Sounds interesting. Oh, he's smiling. Did he smile earlier? I didn't notice. I was too busy looking at his eye bags. He then scooted his seat closer to steal a view of the current page. The theory is that there are 3 sides to the triangle that are necessary in fulfilling romantic relationship. Intimacy, passion, and commitment. I guess to start, what do those words mean to you? He looked uncomfortable for a brief moment, like the question was a little too racy to be asking someone I just met. I mean, honestly. He seemed to have trouble holding my gaze, crossing his arms and looking down at the table as he spoke. I know for sure that passion is the intense feeling of desire and attention in a relationship, you know? AKA money, power, and respect. He paused, seeming to be choosing his words carefully. Like, physically, kissing and stuff? Commitment is when you keep the relationship together, even when things get tough. One person, the other will get up and fight for the relationship no matter what, making an unbreakable bond. Wow, he's so wise. I watched him intently as he spoke. He seemed to be running out of steam, as though he wasn't used to talking this much. It's okay. You want to take a break? And I think that intimacy is the closeness between 2 people. Knowing each other's secrets and fears, and always making them feel safe to share them. Yo, he's so sweet. Oh my god. I should have fucking went for this man to begin with. It's okay, second chance. That makes total sense. We seem to be in agreement then. Although I'd also add that part of commitment is being willing to make sacrifices to our own comfort for the sake of our partners. Right. It was a good thing his eyes were so expressive. It would have been otherwise impossible to read his face. To me, the sadness in his eyes walked the line between loneliness and shame. It was hard to know how to comfort him, as I didn't know what had upset him, but I did my best. It's not as if that's all there is to commitment. There are other ways to show your dedication to your partner. That's just what comes to mind for me. Why's that? Because I think it's the thing I'd be worst at. Commitment? My character is not committable? Yeah, me too. You too? Relationships are trying. I don't associate myself with a lot of people, but I do want to challenge myself with it. I like to try to take risks outside of hacking. Ethan took off his jacket and made himself comfortable. We continued reading the textbook. It had been an hour since Ethan and I started trading our analysis of theory. After a while, the study stopped being so formal, and we amused ourselves with assessing the balance of the 3 pillars among couples from our favorite works of fiction. Oh my god! Oh my god! I love this man! I love this man. I love fucking Pride and Prejudice. Oh my god, what the fuck? Oh my god! I think Mr. Darcy's main issue is that he lacks the emotional capacity to engage in real intimacy with Elizabeth. Logically speaking, there is no reason to treat the woman you love with such contempt. Yo, my god. You're perfect. You're fucking perfect. I think his main issue is that he's a jerk. Listen. Mr. Darcy was a jerk. But we can fix him. He learned. Okay? He learned to adapt and treat Elizabeth correct. He says some awful shit, but you know. Perfect for Layla and Chronicle, stop it. Slams desk, yes. I'm so passionate about it. It was both intriguing and amusing to me the way he approached everything so analytically, even something as deeply emotional as romantic relationships. It also gave me a new perspective that I could apply to my research, which excited me. Ethan caught sight of the clock on the wall. Jeez, we've been sitting here for a while. I don't usually lose track of time like this unless I'm working on a big coding project. Well, I appreciate you sharing the afternoon with me. Your point of view is refreshing. I like it. I felt the warmth spread across my cheeks as the smile lines appear around his eyes again. He picked up his jacket and threw it over his shoulder. I'm supposed to head out immediately, but he looked down at the floor and ran his fingers through his bangs before continuing. Would you want to get together and study again tomorrow after school? Perfect. My chest tightened as my stomach filled with butterflies. You better fucking say yes. Because if you said yes to Michelangelo's date without my approval, you better say yes to this man. Really? Sure, that would be great. Okay, cool. His eyes widened as though he was shocked by my response. Really? I mean, great. In that case, there's the internet cafe I frequent in the shopping center. Let's pick this up there. Those are still a thing. He seemed almost offended. Girl, shut the fuck up. I shrugged. I don't know much about computers. What the fuck in this century? His expression softened again. Well, yeah, they're still around. It's nice and quiet, and there's plenty of computers you can use for research. I can even show you a couple of things I'm working on too if you want. All he wants to show was his passion. I think he's interested. Well, I suppose I'll see you there, then. Sounds lovely. Cool. Well, then I'll see you there. I think he tried to wink as he walked away, but he ended up blinking at me. He quickly turned around and left. Oh, that's so cute. In spite of the awkwardness of the gesture, I felt myself grow flustered. A whole hour with the coding prodigy studying psychology with me, and he found me interesting enough to want to continue our discussion. I felt oddly special. As you should. As you should. Because this is the one time I actually feel like the main character. The first route we played, I was side character, main character. Which was weird. That weekend, I made my way to the internet cafe. I couldn't stop thinking of how natural and comfortable I felt talking with Ethan. It had been a chance meeting, and I felt confident and collected throughout, but now I was suddenly anxious and overwhelmed. Pull yourself together, Aria. I took a moment outside the cafe to straighten my skirt and smooth my blouse. I checked the time on my phone. It was a few minutes past 1. Technically, Ethan and I never agreed on the exact date, but I figured since he told me frequented the place, he meant I should drop in any time. Did he not say tomorrow? I thought he said tomorrow. I took one last deep breath and crossed the threshold of the building. I wasn't sure how I would find him. The place was huge, and I was faced by a sea of computers. Aria? Fortunately, I heard a familiar voice calling my name. Thank goodness, there you are. What are you doing here? There were deep bags. Did he forget? It's okay. If he forgot, it's okay. I have short-term memory too. It's fine. There were deep bags under his eyes as if he hasn't slept. Did you stay here all night? What? I wondered how he was looking after himself. We said we'd study together, remember? Oh, right. I got kind of caught up at work, so it slipped my mind. Plus, I didn't think you'd actually show up. Well, why wouldn't I? Oh my god, have you been, like, ghosted? Stood up? He simply shrugged and decided to let it slide. What matters is you're here now. Come with me. I was just on break. He then gave the receptionist some kind of signal before guiding me further in. Dude, do you own this place? That'd be crazy. We walked past a couple of tables and computers occupied by users, many of them in pairs, paying little mind to their surroundings, entirely engaged in their work research. The place Ethan had set up shop had a good lighting and ventilation from the nearby window. It reminded me of where we met in the library. He must have been working alone as the table only had one chair. Like a true gentleman. Oh my god! He pulled up a chair from a nearby table for me. This is such a polar difference from fucking Michelangelo. Your first time here? Yeah, I'm not really a computer person. I do most of my research with books from the school library. Damn, she's old school. Doing research without library databases sounds like a nightmare. You know the university gives you access to those as part of your tuition, right? Of course I know that. I use those too. Just, you know, not as often. Just for multimedia stuff. Somehow I have a hard time believing that. It was impossible not to feel self-conscious about my complete lack of tech savviness around him. I desperately tried to think of a way to change the subject. Fortunately, Ethan did it for me. Perfect. So, you know, they only sell coffee here. I ordered 2 cups with cream on the side. Thanks. They're both for me. Oh, he smirked at me. Kidding. I was about to say, what the fuck? He was always so reserved that the joke caught me off guard. Anyway, they're always a little slow, so we should probably start studying now. We picked up where we left off back in the library, and Ethan's fascination with the topic only seemed to have grown more intense since then. Coffee arrived sometime later, but we were too engrossed in our discussion to indulge. For someone who's only taken sociology, you sure have a lot of interesting insights on this. I'm glad you agreed to talk with me about it. Oh, it's really nothing special. He smoothed his hair into place. He had an interesting way of doing so, forming his hand to a claw and sort of raking down his bangs. How else do you smooth your hair out? I had to do it for a moment, like, well, I do that too. How else are you supposed to... What? Well, I guess some people just run their hands through their hair, right? I guess. I do think it's interesting, though, that you seem to believe an individual can be in strict control of the love they experience. What do you mean? He sat up straighter in his seat. Explain? What does that mean? Okay, see, even him and I, we don't understand. We sometimes experience strong emotional feelings of intimacy or being physically attracted to another upon meeting them for the very first time, right? That initial spark isn't really something we can talk ourselves into or out of. The passion is just there. Oh, okay. So what you're saying is love is something that's simply felt, and we have no control over where it goes once it starts? I mean, you have control when it ends, you know, by moving on. Or getting your heart broken. Awful. He raked through his veins again, a sure sign of discomfort. I mean, not exactly. At least not according to the triangle theory. Commitment and intimacy are things we have to actively decide to provide. But passion, that's something far outside our control. If you don't have all three, you don't have true love. You have what? What do you have then? Friendship? It took a moment to digest the observation. Suddenly, he slammed his open palm down on the table, starting the pair of students at the next table over. See, this is why I prefer computers to people. Coding is predictable. If you give a certain input, you'll get a certain output every time. None of this vague hit or miss stuff. It's okay. People are real. People all function differently. I smirked at him. He sounded like a little kid throwing a temper tantrum. It was amusing and oddly charming at the same time. Okay, as long as she finds it charming, I guess. Maybe it was just nice to see him let go a little bit. I can't believe you actually wish humans were lines of code. I don't really. I just wish they were predictable. If it's any consolation, I don't like it either. He looked me in the eyes, but quickly looked away. We sat there for a long, awkward moment. It seemed there were unspoken words he left hanging in the air. We tried to continue the conversation from there, but he seemed to be growing more and more distracted by the noise around us, and he kept yawning and rubbing his eyes, as though he might fall asleep right there on the table at any moment. I felt self-conscious for a moment, worrying I'd bore him. Alright, well, nice date, I guess. We can stop here for today if you want. That might be for the best. I should probably get going anyway. Oh my god, girly, did you like fuck up without me fucking it up for you? This is impossible. What kind of luck am I having? I felt a selfish pain in my heart. I didn't want to stop talking altogether. Desperate, I decided to make a play. How about this? Oh my god, girl. Don't push him. It's like the game knows. This game is rude then. He looked horrified when I touched his laptop, but like it was sacred artifact I had defiled. I set it gently down in front of him. You wanted to show me some of your work, didn't you? Ethan's eyes widened in shock and utter disbelief. Surprised I'd asked him about his work. I figured we talked about something he liked for a while. He'd be more willing to stick around a little longer. I didn't want our afternoon together to end. There was something utterly charming about his natural curiosity and his hard, factual approach to love. There was something pure about it, like he could only speak analytically on the matter for a lack of experience. It was non-threatening in a refreshing way. Did I say that? Well, I might have just assumed. Is that too forward? Oh, it's not that. It was just worried I had forgotten something. Let me grab my USB real quick. I think he's tired. I think he needs sleep. Ethan retrieved the storage device from his jacket and plugged it into the laptop. As he opened it, I saw a logo that read Republic and Games. In less than 5 seconds, it reached a desktop. So this is what I've been working on most recently. It's a silly little game, but I wanted to do something for me in my spare time. And this is the webpage I've designed for a friend. That's gonna take a lot more time. I'll get back to it eventually. Oh, and this? He spoke with a feverish excitement, and the more we spoke, the more I found myself attracted to him. His voice, his innocent expressions, his hair, everything. I couldn't help but wonder if he felt something similar for me. Well, I don't know. He kind of like was ready to peace out, girly. I'm delusional, but not that delusional. Surely the fact he was opening up his world to me was a good sign. Alright, here comes the Delulu. And now here's what I really wanted to show you. Hey, Misa. Misa? Oh, is this where I'm gonna cry? A voice spoke through the laptop speakers. Hello, Ethan. How can I help? Oh, she like... Oh, an AI assistant or something? That's so cool. Please, Misa's more than oh my god. Just an AI. Or at least that's the hoops I'm shooting at. She's the ideal companion for anyone who works from home or has trouble talking to other people. Girl, this is where we pack up. This is where we pack up. I don't think we could compete with an AI. The AI does not need rest. And it's predictable, apparently. God damn. He's already taken. You know, he was too perfect anyway. It drifted off for a moment and I felt a pang in my heart. I wish I could cure his loneliness. You can even tailor your personality to your preference. Speaking of, Misa, you know I hate it when you use that stiff formal voice. Ugh, Ethan, you can be so demanding. Fine. This should be the one I used yesterday. Does that work? Does that, work for you? She almost sounds like a real person. I'm right here, you know. She's pretty cool, huh? I'm currently working on a virtual avatar made for her. Soon she'll be so much more than just a voice. Oh my god, I can't compete. A virtual avatar. How will that work? He blushed and cleared his throat. Well, think of it this way. You get to focus on your work while Misa will handle all other minute tasks with predictive efficiency. Efficacy? I don't know. By studying your routine, she learns and evolves, meeting her expectations based on certain conditions. So, a predictable, controllable relationship, in other words. Oh, man. He blushed even deeper. Yeah, something like that. We came up with this feature we like to call the premonition eye. That will make Misa stand out from the rest. Sorry. That's still a little over my head. Maybe a demo of the prototype would help? Let me just... Ethan, I'm so sorry to interrupt, but you're scheduled for a coding meetup soon. Oh crap, almost forgot about that. I read the calendar notification Misa had put on the screen. Hackathon. Yeah, we're pretty close to a major breakthrough, so we plan to meet and brainstorm solutions. That didn't really answer my implied question, but I was too embarrassed to admit outright and that I had no idea what a hackathon was supposed to be. Oh, I see, that sounds like work. It's always seemed to be work with him. I was starting to think he never slowed down. Yep, all work and no play makes Jack, well, me. What? Sorry, but we'll have to stop here, probably for the best too, as I fear I may have been boring the hell out of you with all my computer talk. What? You didn't! There was that fidgeting with his bangs again. It was such an endearing gesture, I couldn't help but smile at him. Not at all, I think you're really interesting. He stared down at the floor, blushing. Well, I'm glad he had a decent time. He pulled his hood up, obscuring his face from view like when we first met. He took his laptop and tucked it neatly in his bag. Of course. I'm sorry I took so much of your day, though. I bet you'd have... whatever. I bet you'd love to have prepared more before the meeting. Oh, well, it's alright. It did not sound alright. Still. Well, if you feel that guilty about it. Oh! He's gonna ask us something. He rocked back and forth on the balls of his feet for a moment, looking like a kid about to ask his mom for seconds on dessert. Maybe you could treat me to coffee sometime in the near future. Oh! Okay, still got a chance. Or you could get some sleep like a normal person. Hey, no promises. Oh, promises. I love promises. We share a laugh followed by an awkward silence, neither of us really wanting to leave. How about we trade line contacts? That way you don't... I don't have to guess when and where to find you. We can just go whenever. Are you certain? He always seems so surprised. Was it that hard to believe I wanted to spend more time with him? I think it's because no one else really showed initiative to spend time with him. So he's like, wait, are you sure? Me? For real? Like I said, I'd rather not leave our next encounter to chance. Cautiously, he took his phone out of his pocket and handed it to me, as though it were a snake that might bite. I smiled at him and entered my contact information. Awesome. Well then, until next time, Aria. As soon as he was out of sight, I felt my phone buzz. Ethan, try not to miss me too much. Oh my god! He's so cute. I grinned. He could be so shy and awkward in person, but give the kid a keyboard. His confidence was unshakable. I sighed. Just another thing to like about him. Just don't work too hard. There is such a thing. Alright, cool. I couldn't be sure if he took my words to heart or not, as he didn't text back. I just hoped he would find time for himself, and more selfishly, that he'd be willing to make a little more time for me soon. And not the AI, Misa. Please. I learned nothing in class the next day. All I could think about was Ethan. What was he doing? Probably working, but was he taking care of himself? His AI, Misa, was super amazing, but she also took up so much of his time and energy that it seemed to be draining the life out of him. What's worse, she could never give any of it back the way the human companion would. I cringed. I've never been a jealous type, yet here I was getting all worked up over some computer. I didn't notice Serenity calling out to me as I packed my things until she pinched my ear softly. Ow, what was that? Oh, calm down. I was just trying to get your cochlea functioning again. Is that the right word? Did I pronounce that right? Huh? She rolled her eyes playfully, as in, I'm trying to make sure you can hear me. I've been trying to get your attention for like 5 minutes now. That might as well have been several years in Serenity time. Well, what did you want? I've got some free time and I was thinking we could grab lunch, but daydreaming is rare for you. Makes me wonder what's on your mind. Oh boy. She was grinning in that devilish way that said she was about to torture me with a million questions. If I didn't change the subject fast, she claimed this was just what best friends did. I brushed it off, hoping she'd drop it. I would have thought you'd be bored of these trivial discussions by now, being a big streaming star and all. Oh right, she's a streamer! She can have anybody she wants, what the hell? The rival trinity, Toko, Layla, and AI. Quite the contrary, it makes me extra sensitive to juicy topics. I guess you could say I have developed the news for news. That said, allow me to venture a guess. Has my sweet little Aria fallen face first and... yes, she has. You can't have him. I will not show you him. She nudged my shoulder. She may have been joking, but upon hearing her say it, it dawned on me. I do have a crush on Ethan, and I hadn't been doing a very good job hiding it. Is that Mahi? Mahi Day? I don't know, that's Spanish, yeah? I knew it. You're crushing on someone. Keep your voice down, will you? The whole class doesn't have to know about it. Oh, please, no one's paying attention. I looked around. She was right. Most of the class had already packed up and headed off to lunch. Yeah, all they're thinking about is food. Anyway, I deserve a reward for figuring it out. My audience is easy to read, but you're a tough nut to crack, Mia. What do you mean? You just cracked it. Long before her popularity online blossomed, Serenity had always been a cheerful person. Her expressive nature made her a natural success streaming on YouTube. Wow, crazy! So you can reward me by spillings. Who are we looking at? I hesitated. Saying out loud made it so much more real. It raised the stakes somehow. Then the thought occurred to me. Considering Serenity's connections, she could know some interesting facts which would help me learn about... You're gonna tell her to look this man up? So, last week I met Ethan in the library during research hour. Ethan? Like the brilliant hacker mastermind Ethan? Do you want to hear about this or not? Serenity bowed her head a bit in what was a rare display of humility for her. Right, so I talked briefly about the past couple of discussions we had together and shared my thoughts with Serenity. Huh, he sounds like a pretty cool guy. Who would have thought with how quiet and gloomy he always seems? He's not gloomy, he's just tired. Tomato, tomato. Point is, my girl's making moves. Way to go. Okay, good. So now that you know that I'm into Ethan, you cannot have him. She clapped her hand on my shoulder and grinned. I couldn't help but sigh at her playful attempts to tease. So I was wondering if you know, heard any interesting facts about him? You know, with your connections or whatever? What connections? What is this girl streaming about? I looked away, embarrassed to be asking at all. She put her hand in her mouth and thought about it for a moment. Well, admittedly, I don't know much off the top of my head that you wouldn't already know, but he's pretty renowned online and on campus, so there's bound to be something if we dig deep enough. I'm not asking you to find dirt on him or anything, you know, something that you think will help me get to know him better. I felt dread clutch my chest for a moment. It was very much like Serenity to take things too far in her enthusiasm. I didn't want to ruin everything by getting her all fired up. For a moment I regretted opening my mouth. She didn't seem to notice my shift in mood. She didn't? I feel like best friends would know a shift in the mood. Well, hey, easy enough. I have a live stream scheduled later this week. I'll bring it up then. Are you FBI on your fucking stream? What is this? So be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell for notifications so you don't miss the action. Girl, what the fuck? You're throwing that at me, your bestie? I probably already have all that shit on for you. I rolled my eyes. She didn't have an off switch. Honestly, that was probably why she was so successful. I don't even say that shit on my own streams. I don't even care. Is that why I'm not successful? I'm not down your throat about it? When have I ever missed one of your streams? There was that time junior year. That was one time, and I had food poisoning. You could have put me on the background. My voice could have soothed you through the dry heaves. You're terminally ridiculous. But anyway, do you think your fans would know something other than random rumors and gossip? Miha, truth and rumors aren't that far apart. It's all about critical thinking and investigating your leads. Something useful is bound to come up. Oh, look at Silver! We get to see Silver. I was gonna go for him, but then I read his description. I was like, never mind. Apologies for the interruption, ladies. But did I overhear you talking about my boy Ethan? Oh, my guy. Sorry, my guy Ethan. That was Silver. Last name Sterling. Silver Sterling? Damn, that's a powerful name. Yes, as in Sterling Enterprises, not Express. That overinflated multinational conglomerate. What the fuck are these words? Conglomerate with interests in various industries, both benign and dubious, all around the world. So what if we were? I've known Ethan for quite some time. He can be a very slippery guy. Careful enough not to leave unnecessary tracks of his engagements online, and certainly not one to stay in one spot for too long. Surely you can imagine how trivial a task it'll be for him to erase whatever info he desires, yes? I mean, something's bound to slip through the cracks sooner or later, right? Especially considering he spends most of his waking life on the internet. Yeah, plus I find it hard to believe that someone so popular has time to scrub himself from every corner of the internet. If he's left so much as a message board post online, my fans are sure to find it. Will it help you cope well with disappointment? That's all I can say. She scowled at him. I hope your mom copes well with disappointment. Whoa, down girl. He's working on a whole AI. You can't make something like that in a vacuum. He's got to have tried to get help on Reddit or something. Okay, well, we can say Reddit, but we couldn't say YouTube. Heaven's sake, the man uses a public Wi-Fi connection every day. Silver shook his head, looking smug. God, I wanted to punch him right in his perfectly straight and possibly white teeth. There's so much more he can do than merely program a glorified calendar app. He's a master of cyber security, one of the most talented white hat hackers I've ever met. I'm gonna assume he also uses a VPN. Although it's true, it is very time-consuming maintaining his anonymity on top of his work. He rarely has a chance to leave his desk. Really, the fact you happened to meet and talk to him not once but twice is nothing short of a miracle. Were you listening on our fucking conversation, Silver? If I were you, I would take it for what it is and leave it at that. He closed his eyes and wore a proud, confident smile, looking like an older brother lavishing praise on the sibling. Well, you seem to know him pretty well. Of course, a company like mine, that's Sterling's Heights. By the way, we all know what it is, you weirdo. A company like mine stores yottabytes upon yottabytes of crucial data on so many people that it wouldn't just be a matter of personal safety if our servers were hacked. It could mean the safety of the world. What's a yottabyte? He rambled right over me. As such, I could have only the best of the best cybersecurity team on the job. I've known Ethan a long time, so not only do I know that professionally he's impeccable at what he does, personally, I would trust him with my own life. Serena and I were stunned by the revelation. Wait, did I hear you right? Did you say you have Ethan working for you? And that he is a dear friend of mine, yes. Very good, you've been getting better at listening. Did someone say listening? No one's better at listening than I am. Okay, I do not care for all these side characters. Where's Ethan? I suppose I did, technically. Layla, a classmate, had apparently overheard us. As usual, if a conversation is happening in public, Layla invited herself right in. Her friend Tanner told her, as he always did. You don't believe me? Okay, watch. Listen, I don't care what y'all have to talk about. Where's Ethan? I need Ethan. She scrunched down her face in extreme concentration before her eyes flew open once more. You have the super genius hacker Ethan working for you at your super famous organization. Chronicles, I am not a side character. Oh, you're good. She didn't do anything impressive. She just repeated what you said a second ago. Anyway, I guess all that's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Are you still talking about one of the greatest tech minds to ever grace some of the corridors of these halls? In collaboration with one of the fastest growing organizations in the country? Yes. Like I said, pretty cool. We are the cutting edge of technology. We are the future. What does your organization even do? Silver scoffed and waved his hand dismissively. I assure you, we are much more than pretty cool. I'm sure you are, whatever you say. Silver gaped at her speechless. Come on, Layla. You don't have to indulge this guy. Let's hit the cafeteria already. Oh, wait, hold on. Why don't I treat you to something? Oh, you don't have to go through that trouble. Tanner and I are going for a quick one. Yeah, pal, so beat it. I must insist. Besides, the cafeteria is beneath us. Well, some of us. Oh my god! He looked at Tanner pointedly, who glared back. I'll take you anywhere you desire. Cost is no object. Please, just say the word and we shall be on our way. Okay, bet, let's go. I'm okay. I like to go to the cafeteria. We all laughed except Silver, who looked defeated. Come on, Layla, let's ditch him. Damn, she's so humble. I would have been like, alright, let's go. Get some sushi or some shit. He grabbed Layla's arms and began to pull her toward the exit. Silver's eyes widened and he rushed after them. Alright, we'll go to the cafeteria. However, you must come to a location of my own choosing next. I will not take no for an answer. What, like a date? No way, pal. Whatever, we can go wherever you want next time. But right now, Mama's hungry, so can we please get to the cafeteria already? Layla, you can't be serious. Serious as a heart attack. I'm starving. No, I meant... Brilliant! For you, my dear, only the finest cuisine. The most expensive wine and sophisticated atmosphere will suffice. You shall shine like a diamond. No, like the very stars of the night skies by my side. Silver, what the fuck? Is it just me or do those two fit like a glove? Do they? I don't know, man. I just want Ethan. Yeah, all you can eat buffet is nice. Smart. I don't know if it's possible for two people to be more different. I mean, maybe personality-wise, but they both say exactly what they want, which is hard sometimes. Tell me about it, but it seems it's still pretty easy for things to get lost in translation regardless. Alright, there's nothing stopping you from doing the same, you know. Huh? You know, with Ethan. Oh, right. I know, but I don't want to come across as distracting. You should have seen him back at the cyber cafe, absolutely sleep-deprived. Even more reason for you to check up on him before the poor guy works himself to death. I remember when I hit my first 1 million views. I was so excited I was like a content machine. We're talking 2 videos a week. Okay, well, I guess that is a lot. I guess. If my mom hadn't seen what my kitchen looked like when she came to visit, I don't think I would have been able to stop. Sounds silly, but sometimes something as simple as making sure he ate makes a world of a difference, you know? That's different. She's your mom. It's not really my place to... I trailed off, running off steam. Everything I thought to say just sounded like a lame excuse. I already talked to him. Say you'll do it. Seriousness didn't suit Serenity's goofy face. I had no choice but to accept. Ugh, okay. Nice. That kind of bravery deserves a reward. Lunch is on me. Perfect. Sushi. Right now. She grabbed me by my hand and dragged me down the hall toward the cafeteria. I smiled in spite of myself. It was nice to have someone in my corner, even if she was the pushiest person alive. I mean, at least, Serenity this route wasn't too bad. It was drizzling that night. The raindrops on the rooftops and the light gusts of wind against the window panes blended in harmony to give birth to a soothing melody. Perfect reading weather. I want to read my book so bad. I started a new book yesterday. The same book my friend's reading. Because she's in a reading slump. She told me it was too slow burn. And I was like, bet, let me see. I took the chance and decided to catch up with the marketing lesson I'd mostly ignored earlier. The rain picked up a bit when I was done, and as if by some invisible force of attraction, the comfort of my bed called onto me. I felt like a child answering that call, but there was still something I had to do before I could end my day in peace. For a moment, I wondered if calling or texting was a better approach. He could be working on Misa, or his next grand project, or in another meeting with his coding team. So you should text. I would always text before calling. Unless it's family. Family, I would just call up. Like, hey. Well, it depends. My parents, I would just call up. My brother, I would text him. Is this some kind of type of love simulator game? It's Senna told me, so I guess. Or you could date 5 guys. Not the fast food station. fast food station, fast food restaurant. The last thing I want is to get in the way of his work. Not after seeing firsthand how passionate he was about it. I figured texting would be less pushy. What a right. I think for Ethan, something simple would be best. Something straight to the point. How are you? Hey Ethan, it's Aria. I hope you've had a fruitful day. Are you free to chat right now? Wow, that is so straight to the point. This right here, fruitful day. I've never seen anyone say that before to me. I proofread for errors and thought for a while, was fruitful too cringe? Okay, so she's aware. Before hitting the delivery button, my shoulders were so tight I felt it through my whole body. I wasn't sure I wanted to see what he said, but I couldn't seem to put the phone down. I felt foolish staring at the phone screen 3 minutes straight, anticipating an early response. Of course, he wouldn't reply immediately. That was the entire reason I opted against calling. So instead of anxiously waiting, I decided to check out Serenity's YouTube channel. I spent close to an hour visiting my favorite content, but kept switching back to my messaging app in case I'd somehow missed the notification of his reply. Still nothing. I checked the time. 10 till 10. Like 10 p.m.? That's way past my usual bedtime. I suppose I could wait till the 10th hour mark before calling it a day. Damn girl, when do you sleep? Dejected, I immediately defeat and plugged my phone into my bedside. When suddenly my phone buzzed. I held my breath as he opened his message. Hey Aria, sure, we can chat. I have some time now. Yeah, I'd rather not say much about my day. It's been super exhausting. Sorry for the delayed response. Your text kind of caught me at a bad time. I had to wrap up some systems for the project. Damn, he's like a multi-texter. As I feared I was busy with work, my hand rapidly reaches for the keyboard, keying my thoughts at the moment. I understand. I had a feeling that'd be the case. Have you managed to get some rest, though? Work is important, but so is your health, you know? Oh, you sent a smiley face. How cute. You sound like my mom. Ethan, you do know a sick man can do no work, don't you? She used to say. That smile is so cute. Look at it. So easily, please. just send me an emoji. Don't worry about me, I'll be fine. I've been doing this for a long time now. I frowned. That was all well and good, but for someone that had been doing it for so long, I would have expected he'd have a better coping strategy in place by now. Well, I couldn't help it. Both in the library and the cafe, you seemed like you've been up for days, and was giving off these subtle cues of sleep deprivation. Don't you think you might have done it for far too long this time? I thought I hit it well during our study sessions. Can't believe I've managed to drag yet another person into the list of those who worry about my well-being. Another person. Oh, girl. I felt a pang of jealousy in my chest. Was there another woman? Oh my god. You're assuming the worst. This is mother. Who's a pretty smart guy and a close friend? Who's the close friend? Who's the close friend? Literally, my text... Motherfucker. The text I send, every time I text, it has to have an emoji. So that way, you know, my friends would know something's wrong if I don't have it. Another person, a pretty smart guy and a close friend. The only one I feel comfortable talking to away from keyboard. His name is Silver. We go to the same school actually, but he takes marketing lessons and something about fostering his business ideals. Oh, so the smart guy and a close friend is just Silver. I had known they were colleagues, but was surprised when Ethan called him a close friend. Silver Sterling, right? Oh, you've met already? I didn't know you'd take marketing lessons. I thought you were a psychology major. Well, you can't exactly sell something if you don't understand what makes your target audience tick. But that's besides the point. Silver told us that you're working for him now, is it true? It took a little longer than usual for Ethan to respond. A few minutes before I'd been ready to go to sleep, but now I felt wide awake. Should have known he'd go around telling people about it. So it is true. Well, yeah. Why would he lie about that? Oh, the emoji. Believe it or not, the Misa project is funded by him. He even suggested some of her features. Wow. Color me surprised. Okay, I thought it was Ethan. I thought that was Ethan's plan. I was like, damn, he must be really lonely. There was a part of me that thought he was just messing with me because I mentioned you. Wait, you're talking about me? I blushed, afraid I said too much. I scrambled the text back and fixed it. I just mentioned that we hung out the other day. I'm shocked, really. The two of you are Really different. That's nice. Nice way of saying he can be a little obnoxious. But when he's not running his mouth, he really is quite the unique thinker and a great mind that strives for perfection at every turn. I can't help but admire him. I wish I could have that kind of pride in my own work. You really deserve to. The way you talk about him, he must be really important. Must be really important, friend. What the fuck? I have noticed most of my coworkers don't use emojis at all. They're all grown people. But not me. I'm gonna be like, hey, BRB, baño, smiley face. Going on lunch, smiley face. Yeah, he understands my point of view and always pushes for excellence, whether it's himself and those around him. That's one major reason I decided to work together. That's the kind of attitude that turns grand ambitions into reality, you know? Well, I guess I concede. He's a decent guy. Still, it just doesn't feel right having only Silver for a friend. I think I'm going to introduce you to some of my friends, starting with my best friend. Don't tell her I said this, or she'll get a big head, but she's really awesome. What? Why are you going to force your friends onto him? I would not do that. Are you 17, Aromie? No, I'm not. I am not. I just have... I don't know. I just have trauma, okay? If people do the ellipses, I think they something's wrong. Like, I upset them or something. And I don't want my words misconstrued, so I use emojis to show my emotions, you know? Like, whenever I use text-to-speech on my watch, my smartwatch, when I reply to people, and I say okay, and it does the huge, like, capital O and K, I have to, like, use the text-to-speech after and be like, hey, I'm using text-to-speech. I'm not yelling at you, by the way. There was another long pause between messages, so long that I almost wondered whether I should go to bed and just text him in the morning, just before I was about to turn out the light. He texted again. I don't think you have to go through that trouble. Ethan, back in the library, you said you wanted to try challenging yourself, right? To get outside of your comfort zone. I think this is one of those moments to say yes and agree to meet new people. How about no? How about, like, we just go on a date kind of challenge? Yeah, you've got me there. Alright, I'll try not to embarrass myself when the time comes. Don't worry, you'll do fine. You just have to talk like you do now. Easy for you to say, but I'll try. Great, I'll talk with her tomorrow. I promise it won't be a waste of your time. And you know, she could probably get some groundswell going for Misa's lunch when the time comes. She's got this massive following on social media. Maybe. Not gonna lie, the whole thing makes me so nervous. I'm shaking a little, but you're right. The wall's got to come down sometime. Thank you, Aria. Damn, if only give me a heart. It was only a string of characters, but for some reason I felt all warm and happy inside reading the message. I wanted to do even more for him, just to hear him share his gratitude again. Happy to help. Don't worry, we've got this. For now, I'm going to get some rest. It's pretty late. You should too, okay? No promises. Kidding. Have a good night. Oh, he's so cute. Also, happy he agreed to my request, and I cannot wait for tomorrow to come. I have to thank Serenity for pushing me to do this. I thought about how he'd spoken about Silver, how it seemed he saw more than just the surface of a person, but rather their desires and ideals, the very truth of who they were. He clearly admired Silver for being so forthright. Perhaps if I were to do the same and be honest with him and myself about how I felt, he'd admire me for it too. I was still wound up from excitement of our talk, but soon the melody of the rain would lull me to sleep. I dreamed of what it might be like when we next spoke. Ooh, it's a cafeteria. It reminds me of a... Oh, I might show my age. The show Recess? Does a cafeteria look like this in that show? I can't remember. You know what? That's an old show. Serenity and I had found some free time, so we scheduled a meetup at the school cafeteria. We occupied our usual seat by the windows, having dessert, cake for her and vanilla milkshake for me. Damn, okay. You're not lactose, I see. Serenity was just about done telling me a funny story. Oh shit. Why did my... Oh, okay. She read from her fans. I mean, like, who does that? Honestly, your friends come up with the weirdest stories sometimes. It's almost hard to believe that actually happened. Yeah, they can be pretty bad influence, but I know how to handle them. Oh, speaking of influences, I found something incredible last night thanks to this one rumor I heard. Oh, what's that? Here, let me show you. She leaned in closer, angling her phone in a way we can both view the screen as she navigated to a link she saved. She opened it to reveal a stunning piece of artwork depicting a woman standing on a leaf in the center of an ocean, her arms open wide and the water spread out as far as the eyes can see. Wow, this is amazing. I know, I've always been interested in art growing up. Then there's my parents, who used to take me to museums and cultural sites. Serenity, I have the man for you. His name is Michelangelo. Still, for some reason, this resonates with me to a deeper level. Unlike anything I've seen before, you know? I hear you, it's beautiful, feels serene. Serene. Don't say it. I pouted. The one time I tried to be funny, she had to ruin it. It's so unfair, though. The artist of this masterpiece has a channel, but only a handful. It's Michelangelo! How many are we talking about? 110, as in 110. Total. Can you believe that? That's small. Sweet, naive Aria, you have no idea, do you? That's only like 1/10 of the total I get for like an incredibly bad streaming day. This art deserves better. Far better. I mean, just look at it. Yo, I know a guy. I know him. Not in this route. I knew him in the last route. It's a complete injustice. I'm gonna do something about it. Do something? What are you planning? This art deserves to be seen by the wider audience, not gathering some dust with a meager 110 views. That's just insulting. So I'm going to showcase this on my next stream. What? For someone you don't even know? What if it turns out to be a total weirdo? I think an artist this talented deserves to be recognized. She sighs and trails off as she gazes at me, begging me with her eyes to understand that what she couldn't put into words. Are you sure it's what the artist would want, at least? What do you mean? They put content online. It only follows that they wanted to gather some traffic, right? I mean, why put it there if that's not the case? Well, what if they only wanted 110 people looking at it? Maybe they don't want 1 million views, or maybe they don't want the extra pressure of having a larger audience giving feedback. That seemed to make her stop and think. She seemed to shrink up inside herself, like a snail retreating into its shell. But, Serenity, I know you're a kind person at heart, and you're only trying to do this to help, but you have to consider the artist's feelings too. So we should just let it end like this? This art forever in the basement? Never to see the sun? No, that's not what I mean, actually. I think I have a plan you'll like. I love plans. Give me the deets. Okay, so how about you use your links and connections to find the artist of this art, and then we can confront him, or them, if they want extra exposure. That way you can respect their boundaries and also negotiate some way of promoting their art. What do you say? You're so mature, Aria. It's no wonder psychology comes so easy to you. Stop it. It was nothing special. You're so cute, Mia. She pulled her phone out and began tinkering with the screen. It really is a great idea. I'm going to access my channel and compose a message, caption the image, and send. That was fast. What did you write? Nothing much. Just asked where I could find the artist. She showed the message and the image caption to me. It looked innocent enough. Mere seconds later, vibration held in her phone as the reply swelled constantly. She didn't seem to at all bothered by the sudden influx of messages. She seemed almost bored by it, like she saw this kind of thing all the time. Until she swiped to one particular message, after which a manic grin spread over her face. Aria, I hope you're sitting down. Just look at me. Oh, hush. You know what I meant. Anyway, you'll never believe it. Oh, what does it say? The artist is Michelangelo. Serenity was right. I was indeed surprised to think the artist behind such beautiful work was our school's very own Michelangelo, leader of the art club. Alright, well, I guess we're here. Full circle. We initially agreed to the gathering with the purpose of picking out the right date to introduce Ethan to Serenity. However, seeing Serenity so enthusiastic and excited to meet Michelangelo, we decided to pay the art club a visit, hoping to find him there. The fuck? We're stalling to meet Michelangelo over my boy, Ethan? Insane. Well, Michelangelo all over again. Most of the stools were empty when we arrived. We moved further in, and at the far side, we could hear someone muttering to themselves. No, not enough. It's missing something. Serenity rushed to get a better view at the voice behind the canvas. I was close behind. There sat a young man with dark, chiseled features, making him look very much like a work of art himself. Fortunately, he was completely absorbed in his work and didn't notice us staring. The vibrance is off, perhaps with more of the same tint here. Can I help you? We both jumped a bit, but evidently he had noticed us, in spite of the fact that he still hadn't taken his eyes off the beautiful natural landscape he was painting. Yes, I'm Serenity, and my friend over there is Aria. We're looking for a certain leader of the artist club called Michelangelo. Will this be a long discussion? Please say no. She pouted a bit. She was used to being played along with, but he clearly was in the mood for a game. Potentially. I see. Please find a seat. I'll be with you in a moment. Oh, okay. He's being nice about it. He turns back to the canvas. Serenity, however, did not move an inch. The painting leaves captivated her. Whatever. It took a few moments for Michelangelo to be done. He put aside his canvas and the paintbrush, then gave us his full attention. Okay, yes, I am Michelangelo. Are you two looking to join the art club? As much as I'd love to draw, I can't join. I'm a pretty busy gal. What a shame. He looks at me with a raised brow, waiting for an answer. No. I'm just hanging out with her. I couldn't draw even if my life depended on it. I see. Well then... He began to turn back to his painting. Wait! She moved closer to him and presented the work of art on her phone. One of my fans dropped this online and I heard you're responsible for it. You did it, right? Ah yes, this. I was exploring a new brush technique with this piece. What about it? I really like it, and I was hoping you'll let me talk about it on my channel. His eyes widened. Oh, your channel? Yes. With a huge following, we'll kick up those views in no time. I think your art is incredible, and a mere 110 views doesn't do it justice. We'll be getting counts up to a million, 10 million. You just have to leave everything to me. I'm glad you like it so much. So, Serenity reached out her hand to shake on it, but I must respectfully decline your request. What? Why? The audience I hope to reach and generate is more than just about numbers. An audience that is more than the following, but those who can appreciate the emotions behind every created piece. That's not something you just stumble across in the average viewer. Wow, look at Michelangelo! Watching Michelangelo talking about art with so much emotion reminded me of the passion component in the triangle. Oh, right, the triangular theory of love. I forgot that was this whole thing. In order to be worthy of true love, must the parties be willing to commit as much passion to making it work as an artist's creations. Was this the way Ethan felt about Misa? But don't you want to be popular? I can make this art popular. I can make you popular. As a famous scholar once said, possession is one with loss. The way I understand it, anything you possess, be it a high follower count or a truly special work of art, comes at a loss of something else. Money, power, respect. I want to make sure the things I possess don't possess me back. Some of the most bitter artists in history didn't understand that once you have an audience, they think you owe them something. They think the art owes them something beyond what it was meant to express. And that's half the problem. Art is not my own. It doesn't belong to anyone. It is merely a representation of the balanced beauty of nature and an imagination of it. Once the artist puts a piece out in the world, it doesn't even solely belong to them anymore. All they wish to do is share the most beautiful of that representation to the world. Fame and popularity can often make us forget what is important to us, and more importantly, what's important to the craft. I thought he made good sense. It turned to Serenity to tell her we should take our leave, but her cheeks were pink and puffy, which told me she wasn't done yet. I sighed and settled into my chair. Listen, I'm leaving. I have a date to be at. You can feud with Michelangelo all you want, Layla. Or Serenity, sorry. I can understand if you don't want to grow popular rapidly. Hell, I act confident, but sometimes even my fans can get unbearably toxic. So much that I often question why I keep putting out content. The feeling of being accepted of having your work truly appreciated by people is so amazing. The joyful cries of fans soothing their troubled souls, seeing them through tough moments in just a few minutes. Connecting with people the way that way is the very spirit of art, if you ask me. A cacophony of emotions bringing forth the most amazing piece of art. I heard that a famous sculptor once said that when he started his work on a piece of marble, the statue was actually already complete within it. He was just revealing it. What? Well, Michelangelo was looking at Serenity as if he knew this girl was a masterpiece inside, if he would only take the time to reveal her. What are you? I see, you may be right. Maybe there is an art in the chaos of a fan base. I'd like to explore this further, Serenity. I'd like to change my response to your prior proposition. There is a chance we could discover a truly brilliant piece of art by having a little exposure. I'd like to take the chance. Will you help me with this? Yes, let's do it. What kind of video would this be? They chatted to themselves for the rest of our visit. He wanted to know what she liked about his art, and she wanted to talk logistics. Watching them, I couldn't help but feel they would get along just fine, bonded by their mutual love of art. I didn't want to interrupt, so I sent Ethan a quick message informing him there would be a delay for a date to introduce him to Serenity. Shockingly, mere seconds later, I got a response from him. I see, that's a shame. But not entirely ill fortune. As it turns out, I'll be heading out to present updates on the Misa project to Silver this weekend. Seeing how interested you are about the project, I thought we'd head there together. That is if you're free. Fuck yeah, date. Fuck introducing your bestie to the guy you like right now. Come on. Are you certain he won't mind my being here? Finally! I miss his face! Jesus. Honestly, there's nothing to worry about. Silver's not the kind of person to bother you, I assure you. Well, if you say so. I took a deep breath and tried my utmost to remain calm as we waited for Silver to arrive. The grandness of the estate we found ourselves in made me extremely nervous. Sophisticated artwork, expensive furniture, bright chandeliers. It was so luxurious it felt like we had stepped into another world entirely. Ethan notices the amazement in my eyes and chuckled. What? No need to pout, it's just refreshing seeing how impressed you are. That's gonna make Silver's day. Is that so? Perhaps I ought to restrain myself then. If his ego gets any bigger, it might not fit through the door. Poor Silver, if only he'd listened to me, he won't be so misunderstood. Listen to you? What do you mean? Before he could answer, Silver had thrown open the door and announced himself to the world. Ethan, my guy, where are you? Keep your voice down, I'm right here. Oh, he's blushing. Silver immediately turned around to the source of the voice. Ah, there you... Oh? Aria, why isn't this a pleasant surprise? I wasn't expecting to see you. Sorry to drop in unannounced. No worries, I just wish I'd known you were coming so I could have had the cook make something special. I asked her to come. She's excited about the Misa project and her input so far has been quite useful. Great, in that case, why don't we get started? You aren't worried about, any confidential information? Confidential information, she says. As far as I'm concerned, any friend of Ethan's is worthy to be trusted with my very life. He is so... Okay. You're so trusting of Ethan. I didn't know what to say, so I simply bowed my head and tried to hide the blush spreading across my cheeks. Now then, let us begin. Time is wasting and time is money. Ethan, take us away. He clapped his hand twice as Ethan sets up his laptop. Yeah, got it. Alright, so after talking with Aria, an idea occurred to me concerning the premonition I feature we talked about. Even if we think we do the same thing every day, in reality our routines diverge to an uncontrollable extent. Yeah, and I thought we established that, and the premonition I was a way to overcome these diversities. Yes, but an important thing we overlooked, Silver, was the constant of change. Meaning... Well, he's referring to how the constant of change explores the dynamic nature of our world, expanding the theory that everything undergoes constant change, while the only thing that remains unchanged is the process of change itself. At least I think so. I don't know what the fuck I just read. I looked to Ethan for confirmation. All I know is there's constant change in life, okay? Well said, Aria. Currently, the premonition I is a feature to be configured, but if that configuration can't be changed, can adapt. It will eventually lag behind in its analysis. You've caught on. Try not to sound so surprised. Have you found a countermeasure? Who do you think you're talking to? Ethan looks so proud as if there were two Silvers in the room for a moment. We couldn't help but laugh a bit. Ethan proceeded further to explain the solution he had devised for the problem. He used extremely technical jargon, so it was a bit difficult to keep up. I was completely lost and just watched as they traded ideas back and forth for close to an hour. Finally, Silver clapped his hands together, which seemed to signal the meeting was about to adjourn. Awesome, Ethan. I knew I could count on you. This project's going to shock the entire world. He stood up, pulling his phone out of his pocket. I'll proceed to make the necessary calls. Let me know when you've got everything set up for the next milestone. Got it. I'll communicate I'll communicate any significant updates. Should be once I code in the next recognition pattern for Misa and possibly improve on the new Sigma redundancy tolerance features. His eyes were glued to his laptop screen, seemingly already engaged with the next task on the list. He really didn't want to waste a moment that could be spent working. Great! I have no idea what you just said, but you have it under control, I'm sure. Sorry, Aria, I'm sure that was dreadfully boring. Business, you know how it is. I'm sorry, I wasn't much help in the end. Oh, on the contrary, I have a feeling all this talk about changes as a result of your interactions with my good friend Ethan. Oh, he's blushing! I looked to Ethan, who seems to be purposely avoiding looking at us, though there was an unmistakable trace of embarrassment on his face. We have these talks every week, but I've never seen him this passionate. It almost felt like he was trying to impress. Whoa, that's enough out of you. Don't you have calls to make? I sure do, but one more thing. So I removed a card from his coat. The cardstock was glossy and thick with gold details. I couldn't have been surprised to learn they were made of actual gold leaf. I'm hosting a party to celebrate our recent achievements next weekend, and I'll be expecting you to show up. Oh, that's okay. I'm not really good with parties. I tried to hand him back the invitation, but he refused. Come on, it'll be a blast. Invite all of your friends. I don't know if you want me to invite them. They might drink everything. He paused, looking me up and down. Oh, and you want to make sure to wear your absolute best. It's gonna be one to remember. With that said, he made his way out the door. The room fell silent upon his exit. Ethan let out a sigh of relief. Well, I'm surprised he was okay with me being here. I have to say, Silver is not very good at doing a good job convincing me he knows... Well, whatever, I can't read. Sometimes even I don't believe what I say about him either. By the way, you don't have to show up for this thing if you're not into it, or into parties. He can be kind of pushy, but he'll get over it if you really don't want to come. I haven't really decided yet. I'll give it some thought. Are you going? If you're going, I'll go. That will be my decision. I see. Well, let's get out of here. I nodded in agreement as we made our way out of this state. Damn. Did I fucking walk here? We began our trip to the nearest bus stop. Okay, I took the bus. The walk was more than awkward as we both had discussions in our heads, but not with each other. Picking the right thing to say at the right moment was the ultimate battle. Oh, sorry, you go first. Alright. I can't seem to take my mind off what you said before. About you, Silver, and him not listening to you. I'm curious, how did you two become so close? Meeting Silver, quite the long story. We've got a fairly long walk to the next stop. I'll listen. Ethan went quiet for a short while, then let out a sigh. The first time we met was 12 years ago, a conference gathering at Silver Enterprises. Our parents knew each other and were meeting up to finalize on a proposal that would expand the whatever that word is. Back then, it wasn't as big as it is now. My dad had me join him at the gathering this time, as they'd be having a grand feast later. Said it's the perfect opportunity for me to acquaint myself with the proper mannerisms of high society. Are you rich? Are you rich? Are you like secretly rich, but you're just dressed casual? Like Adam Sandler? That must have been very sudden for you. Yeah, but not entirely unexpected. You see, my old man was pretty strict. What I get to eat, the friends I chose, clothes I wear, what I study, right down to what I do for fun. He had to say, whoa. Mediocrity? What is this word? What's his greatest enemy? He always used to say, listen to me, son. The world of the poor is a prison, while the wealthy holds the keys. My responsibility as a father is to make sure you become not the prisoner, but the warden. Oh. Okay, Dad. Okay. He made sure to draw that in the daily. So I had a feeling it was only a matter of time before he started taking me to work with him. Thus, the expectations grew. There's a tightness in my chest when I see the pain in his eyes. Yeah, he wasn't loved, dude. My heart goes out to that poor little boy. His suffering may have made him a genius, but that was no fair trade for having to sacrifice an entire childhood. During the feast of the gathering, my old man introduced me to the son and the heir of Sterling Enterprises, Silver Sterling. He had a smug look on his face the entire time and couldn't be bothered about the entire thing. Color me surprised. Old habits die hard, I suppose. We were left to fend for ourselves as our parents carried on discussing business, and that's when he said the most demeaning thing I'd heard up until that point in my life. I was looking for a new toy to play with, but I suppose you have to do. He turned around to face me and was stunned by how angry I appeared. At that moment, I was strongly resisting the urge to turn around back to the Silver Estates. Aria, it's okay. That was all in the past. I was shocked when I realized my hands were clenched into tight, knuckle-white fists. Embarrassed, I shook them out and continued. That was an awful thing to say, even for Silver. I agree, but it all worked out in the end, I promise. I suppose I should listen to the end. Sorry for interrupting. No worries. I mean, the kid was brought up in like a royal, rich, frou-frou home. I don't think he knew how to be wording his words correctly. After that, we didn't meet each other until I got transferred to his school a couple of years later. The year that followed was quite unbearable for me. I suffered constant bullying and abuse from my peers. Guess who led the front? Don't tell me. Yep, Silver. Week after week in the school backyard to recruit 2 others to execute my punishment, he'd say. How the fuck did y'all become friends? I couldn't refuse my old man's connections with the Silver family were not to be tarnished. Oh shit, what the fuck? And of course the prisoner and warden thing. Then came the day I had enough, keep pushing a person and eventually they'll start pushing back. That sort of thing. So push back I did. He thrust his right arm forward for effect. Silver took a nasty fall, hurt himself pretty bad. I was in pain, but the adrenaline numbed it. I had to focus on the other 2 who were closing in to knock some sense into me. But then something strange happened. Silver shouted, "Hot! There it is!" From the top of his lungs as he found his feet in the struggle. He stopped them? That he did. I looked at him speechless and confused. He just laughed and said, "That is the reaction I was looking for. Boys, well done. You may leave us." What the fuck? He was just testing you? You remembered his words so clearly from back then? Well, of course. One doesn't ordinarily forget the day their life changed forever. The other boys sulked off somewhere and left us alone. I stared at Silver in my confusion as he walked up to me, dusting off his shoulders. His next words were the complete opposite effect of the first he said to me. "Rejoice, Ethan. Today you've finally become human." Damn. Isn't this kind of awful, though? Like... kind of like... fucking... abuse? Rejoice, what a creepy kid. I suppose so, but the look in your eyes tells me you're fitting the pieces together, just like I did. Silver was doing all that to push me to make a decision to stand up for myself. Right from the very start, the day at the feast years ago, he could sense a secret battle in my heart. That perfectionism of his gives him an extremely keen eye for detail. He sees past the surface of an individual and will do anything for them to become the best versions of themselves. He helped me move past my first ever barrier, overcoming the burden of expectations and pushing for what I want to do. That is who Silver really is. So... I don't know, I don't think I like his method of... I don't think I like his method. He could have just told you. I don't know. Well, even if he saved you, didn't he? He didn't have to go that far. Exactly, that's what I said afterwards. We finally made it to the bus stop. Thank you, Ethan, for telling me. Yeah, sorry I had to listen to my boring past. No, really, I'm glad you told me. I feel I understand now. After everything you've gone through, you're making such a strong effort to be more social, overcoming your barriers while still staying true to yourself. I have nothing but admiration for you. He's blushing again. Crazy. This seems to take Ethan by surprise. A healthy blush blooms across his cheeks. He stares at me for a short while, saying nothing back. Ethan? He flips his hoodie up and looks at his feet as if he were protecting himself from my gaze. Say, Aria, I know you said you'd consider it, but I'd love for you to join me for the party. If you'd like to come, that is. It'll be a fun night, and we could, talk about something other than our projects. Oh, so cute. I win. Ethan, my heart's racing. Things seem to be moving much faster toward what? I don't know, but it's exciting. Sure, I'd love to. Win. Big wins. Now don't go batshit crazy like Michelangelo did. Upon getting my response, Ethan's face lit up with delight. Great. I'll see you there then. Okay, it's a date. On the bus ride home, we returned to our usual discussions around the Misa project, how it was going, what he had planned for future versions after launch. But now when his eyes lit up when he said Silver's name, I didn't feel as baffled. I felt a strange kind of warmth. Knowing this brilliant, kind person I cared for had a friend that you could rely on. We're here to shop for a dress. I don't think we're going to find anything fancy in here. A day before Silver's party was when we decided to go clothes shopping at the famous Her dress store. By we, I meant Serenity, Layla, and I. Apparently after Layla, Tanner, and Silver visited the cafeteria during their exchange and marketing class, he seized the chance to extend an invitation to Layla as well. Layla is just getting all the men. Without any effort. I couldn't just say no, I mean, you could have. You can always say no. But I'm glad you did it. This is going to be so much fun. So I invited you too. Nah, but it's hardly a party if I'm not there, so I did him a favor and invited myself along for the ride. What the fuck? Besides, I wouldn't want to leave my bestie alone to fend for herself. Isn't that right, Ari? You make it sound so selfless. But I seem to recall a very different discussion when we chatted about it last night. You literally jumped for joy upon the news when you heard you could join too. Something about Michael... Serenity embarrassed, quickly intervened by placing her soft hands over my mouth. Don't say it. We heard Layla snickering and both looked at her indignantly. You two seem like such good friends, right? I mean, we're besties. We're literal besties. Serenity was in an extremely good mood, even for her usual chipper self. It was a bit contagious. Shopping was never really my thing, so I was grateful for the pick-me-up. Once we got to an area packed with elegant clothing, a personal shopper approached us to offer her guidance. A personal shopper? Serenity insisted she had it under control. Did you really have to turn away the help? The help? Who are you, Silver? We've got this. Where I come from, we know all about fashionable clothing. You're from France? His eyes sparkled in wonder. I could barely contain my laughter at the sight of Serenity's bewildered expression. No? You must be from Italy then. I remember Tanner saying they were in the big four when it comes to fashion. She's from Spain or Japan, depending on which one is more impressive in the case, I guess. Oh. What the fuck? Layla looked a bit crestfallen. As for Serenity, her expression shifted from confusion to indignation to resignation in the space of half a second. I guess streaming called for being able to strictly control your emotional state. Let's just pick something out, okay? We browsed the shop for clothing that suit our taste while making light conversation of what led us here in the first place. Just look at us, browsing fashionable clothing, three beautiful ladies in love. It makes my heart aflutter. Love? Who's in love? Are y'all in love? Well now, love is pushing it a little. Serenity dismissed the comment with a wave of her hand. In a way, picking out the right clothing is an art. The right dress captures the true essence of a woman's beauty and turns men into helpless, wide-eyed little boys. Oh, so even clothing is an art now, is it? I wonder who gave you that idea. I just love art. That's all. Almost as much as you love Michelangelo, am I wrong? This is so weird. Especially because I went for... Well, I didn't want to go for Michelangelo. But it's still weird. Serenity blushed but said nothing, becoming intensely interested in the clearance rack. You're friends with the school's art club leader? I was to say teacher. That would have been wrong. Yep, in fact, he and I are planning to showcase a piece at Silver's party. It'll be a way for him to witness firsthand the beauty of a delighted audience. You think that'll convince him to promote his work more? That's the idea. Although, I won't get my hopes up. He can be unique at times. That's a nice way of saying stubborn. Well, gifted artists are said to see the world differently from the rest of us, so I'm not surprised. I'll make him see differently, alright? Just watch. She yanked a particularly glamorous gown from the rack and stomped off toward the dressing room, a woman on a mission. He wants art? I'll show him art. Okay, don't pick anything too flashy. Layla watched her go in confusion. She didn't even check the size. Yeah, she kind of tends to act first and ask questions later. Like this whole art showcase, I don't even know if she's actually checked with him yet or if she's just assuming he'll go along with it. I continue browsing the racks for a suitable option. Or outfit. Do you think he will? Totally. And then everyone will be so entranced with it that Silver will decide he must have it and will offer way too much money to make it his. Just to own something popular. Rich people are ridiculous. Well, I don't know if that's all there is to it. How so? If I were to make an educated guess, I'd say the other half of it is that he wants to impress you. Why would that impress me? I don't know. Big man, big money? It kind of does it with everyone. I felt my heart soften remembering the way he roused Ethan to stand up for himself. It's a little sad. I think he could put a lot of that cash to better use if he just let people get to know the real him. He may seem like another shallow rich kid, but he really does have a good heart. Well, I guess it'd show that off. It's definitely harder to be good than be rich. At that moment, Serenity stepped out of the dressing room, exuding absolute class with just a touch of angelic softness. She looked somewhere between a model and a princess. Well, girls, what do you think? Am I a work of art or am I a work of art? She gave an excited little spin, causing the hem of the dress to fan out around her. Wow, Serenity, you're like a model and a half. Absolutely gorgeous. A model and a half. Can I put it better? You look like that gorgeous on your... wait, what? You look that gorgeous in your first pic? You're a natural at this. Oh, guys. You're making me blush. Alright, I'm going to get this, but there's so much more I want to try. A girl can never have too many options after all. That's true. But do you have the budget? Serenity ran to the back, to the dressing room, and showed us many more classy outfits. So it almost appeared like we had tuned in a fashion show, and Serenity was our leading model. When she exited the dressing room in her casual clothing again, she carried a stack of dresses that nearly reached her chin. Jesus. Alright, I'm gonna go get these, Michael. Go get these. Michelangelo won't know what hit him. What hit him? Are you going to do costume changes at the party? Maybe. She winked and Layla giggles, shaking her head. Right, I guess it's my turn. Girl, just pick something pink. And we're donezo. Serenity's style will be tough to beat, that's for sure. No, it's not a competition. You can't compare a rose to a lily. Besides, Ari cleans up real nice. What the fuck? She patted me on the back, which I think was meant to be encouraging, but just made me more nervous. Please don't get your hopes up. I felt a pang of dread as the door closed. Breathing deeply, I stepped out of my casual clothes and into the gown. I had hoped to look graceful, but couldn't tell if I achieved the goal. I stopped for time, turning this way and that as I observed myself in the mirror. I literally hate dressing rooms. I hate just changing and like looking in the mirror. Because some of the mirrors in the fitting rooms are like fake, right? You know? They make you look good on purpose. And so that way you want the clothes. And then when you go home, and you're like, this doesn't look good on me, what the fuck? Did the fabric bunch up too much in the middle? Was I even a graceful girl? Did Ethan like graceful girls? I didn't want to be alone with that thought, so I finally mustered my courage and stepped back out into the store. Serenity and Layla were speechless, their expressions totally unreadable. It doesn't suit me, does it? Oh my, Aria, you look so... The word you're looking for is graceful, dear. Graceful and pure. Yes, that's so refined and flawless. I'm totally jealous. My chest swelled with gratitude. I didn't even know what I'd been so worried about. Like Serenity said, I'd always cleaned up very nicely. Is that a compliment though? I don't know. Oh, hi Ikea, how are you? I'm doing okay. This route is much longer. If it was this long, I don't think I would have gone a second route. But it's okay. If it doesn't wrap up in like the next half hour, I'm just gonna say it's been good. It's been a decent, okay game. First round was a little crazy. I got a feeling this is the one. I think so too. I might try a couple more to be sure. When I was done, I was pretty confident with my choice. Alright, your turn, girl. Show us what you're all about. Okay, here goes. She looked as nervous as I felt during my turn. It put me at ease just a bit. Maybe all the girls feel a little scared in going into the dressing room. I hate the dressing room. As soon as she closed the door, Serenity turned her attention to me, an intensely inquisitive look in her eyes. So was Ethan on your mind when you went for that look? You see right through me. I mean, who else am I dressing up for? Layla's finna steal Ethan's? You better back off, Layla. You think he'll like it? Yeah, if he doesn't, then there's definitely something wrong with his eyes. We both laughed. A short silence followed us as I thought about the prospect of the party. You know, I was so happy when he asked me to join him then. It felt like he was willing to put all aside, including his work, just so we could be together tomorrow night. That made me feel so special. I mean, it's Ethan we're talking about here. That's like the biggest thing he can do, you know? Totally. He does so much coding. Sometimes it seems like he's more computer than guy. But I think he really likes you, Aria. I mean, obviously, you're a total catch. I gave her a playful shove. All you gotta do is show up tomorrow as your absolute best self, and the rest will fall into place. She was right. I nodded slowly. That's easy. Heck yeah, it is. Layla peeked her head out the door, looking embarrassed. Guys, I don't know about this. Come on, it can't be that bad. Just let us take a look. Layla sighed and took a hesitant step out of the dressing room. The look on Serenity's face was priceless. Layla, is the circus in town or something? Oh goodness, is it that weird? It's pretty bad. Pretty bad. It's practically a crime. The color is awful. It can't decide if it's a rockabilly or modernist, and the colors are completely clashed with each other. You're a jerk. No, really. Now I understand why you were concerned when you turned away the personal shopper before. It makes total sense. Layla looked like she was about to cry. It was time for me to step in. It's just the dress that's ugly. Not you. We just somehow found the one thing in the store even you can't make look good. I didn't have many female friends growing up, so I never really got good at picking clothes. I usually just have the store staff pick something for me. That is insane. I don't even have that many friends that are girls, but... You know, you just browse a catalog. I don't know. I watched a shit ton of K-drama and, shoujo when I was a kid, and those fashion styles. Killer. What's my favorite love trope? Enemies to lovers. Enemies to lovers. Childhood friends to lovers is my next one, though. Like friends to lovers, that's the next one. She stared at the floor. This is actually the first time I've been shopping with friends since I was 13. How old are these girls again? They're in their 20s, I think. Oh my goodness, I went totally overboard. I'm so sorry. No, it's okay. I admit, even I wasn't sure this was a good fit. It's better to know now than at the party, yes? Layla, you're too kind. Well, Ari, why don't we help our friend here to pick out the most elegant clothing she's ever seen? That'll be sure to dazzle Silver some... What do you say? You read my mind. You're sure you want to help? It might take a while. I'm not even sure what I like. It's fine. It's a girl's day. Absolutely. That's what friends are for. Just leave it to us. When we're done, you'll be an expert by yep. English. I don't care for the side story. I'm skipping, sorry. I just want to get to Ethan. Ethan and I agreed to meet at the entrance. He offered to pick me up, but I wanted to... Oh my god, look, he's so much better already than Michelangelo. He's so much better than Michelangelo. Because he wants to pick me up. And he offered to pick me up. Like... And we also agreed to meet at the entrance. This man is just perfect. But I wanted to find the way on my own. She's crazy, in spite of a complicated route. I may have arrived a few minutes late, but I felt a strong sense of accomplishment when I pulled up to the lively, well-lit mansion. I looked around to find Ethan by the gate. He looked so cool under the lamplight. He was even more handsome without the headphones. I highly doubt we get to see this. I think we're just gonna see his regular CG art. I took a deep breath, painted on my most charming smile, and approached him. Hey there. He turned around, I could see a glimmer in his eyes. Hey Aria, I'm glad you made it. You look beautiful. Oh, the music's kind of loud for me. There's a flutter in my chest, what I assume would be the first of many that evening. I tried to channel my inner serenity, teasing him to break the ice. Thank you, let me guess. Misa told you that it was the optimal way to greet your date. No. Oh, really? Yes, but you have no idea how much I agonized about what I was going to say when you showed up. Aww. I'm just teasing. It was the right thing to say for what it's worth. Well, thank goodness for that. Shall we? He offered his elbow like a real-life prince. Yo! I just love this man! There were those high society manners coming to play. I accepted it gently as we made our way into the lavish state. We arrived to the applause of the audience as Silver took his place for his opening speech at the podium that had been set up at the far end of the room. I want to start by first of all thanking everyone for making it to my humble abode this fine evening. As you all may know, I speak highly of myself, for good reason of course. We know, it's your favorite subject. The audience burst into laughter. Silver, ever the good sport, laughed along. When the crowd died, he spoke again. But tonight is not about me. It's about progress. It's about celebrating our accomplishment and recognizing the brilliance of people who make it possible. Silver turned around pointing at Serenity and Michelangelo together, with a mobile canvas covered in fancy clothing. I'd like to kick off our festivities with a piece of our very own leader of the art club, Michelangelo. He made his way back into the crowd as Serenity and Michelangelo brought the canvas center stage. That was good of Silver not making it about himself for once. Yeah, he can be considerate when he feels like it. In a way, I'm excited. I've heard Michelangelo is a pretty good artist. You haven't seen his works before? I might have, but I couldn't tell you what they look like off the top of my head. I'm pretty excited to see what he's got in store tonight too. What if he painted Serenity? That would be so cute. Michelangelo started mostly remove the sheets from the canvas. I gasped along with the crowd. Is that On the canvas was a vision of an angel who looked suspiciously familiar, as if she was towing the line between model and princess. I fucking called it! I fucking called it! That is so cute! It was unmistakably Serenity. I tried to get her attention, but she was busy gazing at the image. I saw her mouth something to Michelangelo. He nodded, a sly grin spreading across his face. Her hands flew to her mouth and I saw tears forming there. So that's the power of art, huh? I guess so. The power of art and love. I call this piece A Serene Summer's Eve. The audience applauded. Ethan and I made our way to the display to take a closer look. The attention to detail was truly amazing. Michelangelo, well done. I had no idea you had such talent. He really got my good side, don't you think? She was positively glowing. Well, it is weird seeing you look so peaceful. Hey! Layla and Ty appeared beside us. Oh, so you brought Ty? She brought Ty, not Tanner? Nice work, man. It really is lovely. I could look at it all day. Catching wind of Layla's interest, Silver nearly tripped over himself as he raced to Michelangelo's side. Mikey, my guy, did you know I happen to be a dedicated patron of the arts? Is that so? Dude, Layla just getting all these men. Well, I'm about to be anyway. Name your price, any price. Well, that's very kind of you. Back off, buddy. It's not for sale. Serenity's nostrils were flaring, and in spite of this, she still looked undeniably fabulous. Please, Serenity, this doesn't concern you. It's literally a painting of me, and I wanted to stay with the artist that respected me enough to paint me so beautifully. Yes, it's gorgeous. That's why it should be hanging in my uncle's gallery in Stockholm. Stockholm? Wouldn't you agree, Layla? He turned, hoping to see her nodding in earnest approval, but instead she looked baffled. I mean, it's not really up to either of you, right? It's Michelangelo's painting. We all turned our gaze to him. He shrugged, indifferent. I regret to inform you this will be the only public showing of this painting. I made it for the enjoyment of one person alone. Oh my golly goodness, that's so sweet. I'll treasure it forever. What if it's not for her? I meant me. I'm going to hang it in the sunroom where I paint. Oh, I thought... She stammered awkwardly and looked down at the ground. Michelangelo put his hand on her shoulder. I'm kidding, it's yours. Oh, okay, that's an awful joke, dude. It better be. She laughed and threw her arms around his waist. Too bad, so sad, Silver. Looks like money can't buy everything. Hey, where are you two going? Come, Layla, let's explore the indoor orchard. The exotic trees are fruiting. Fruiting? What? That's a word? It'll be delightful. Well, I do love a nice sweet mango. Poor Tanner and Ty will never get Layla. Ty shook his head. Whatever. He stormed off to sulk beside the refreshment table. He then turned to me. Should we get some fresh air? I could use a break from all the noise. I like the way you think. Oh, perfect. It's so quiet out here. We made our way to the edge of the room and out onto the terrace. Terrace? The mansion was so far from the rest of the town that the stars were clear and bright. Even with the floodlights in the driveway, the sound of the party was muffled here and the air was crisp. Ethan leaned against the railing, breathing deeply. Sorry about that. You know how I am with crowds. It's okay. I needed a break myself. Yeah, and the music was so loud. We stood in comfortable silence for a few moments, looking out over Silver's immaculately maintained gardens. The sounds of the party drifted out from inside, a dull roar punctuated by bursts of laughter. The music kind of reminds me of Animal Crossing. Now I miss Animal Crossing. Can you believe all this? Silver really went all out. I'm not surprised. Subtlety has never been his strong suit. You know, despite everything, I'm glad he invited us. Me too. I stepped closer, laying a hand on his arm. It means a lot that he asked me to come with you. Ethan met my gaze, his eyes warm. I wanted to spend time with you, just us, away from work and our projects for once. That's so cute. Is this where you're gonna tell me you like me? And I win? Our faces were very close now. I could feel my heart pounding. This was my chance. The moment I've been hoping for. I searched his expression and saw the same longing reflecting there. Slowly, shyly, I moved closer. Ethan didn't move away. Our hands touched. Ethan looked stunned but pleased. I couldn't help the delighted giggle that escaped me. We should get back in there, shouldn't we? We could. But we don't have to. He searched my face for approval. I pretended to consider. I already know my answer. You know, I think I've had enough socializing for one night. I began to walk away from him. What the fuck, girl? He didn't immediately follow, and when I turned around, he looked crestfallen. Are you coming? I want to check out the gardens. Aww. The smile Ethan gave me was brighter than all the lights of Silver's estate. We retreated down the stairs into the garden, leaving the clamor behind. My heart felt fuller than it had been in a long time. Good ending? Oh wait, we haven't confessed yet. We wandered among the well-kept trees and flowers. I couldn't remember the last time I felt so at peace, just enjoying the moment with Ethan by my side. He looked over at me with that warm smile that made my heart flutter. Can you believe everything that's happened since we started talking? I don't know, how long have we been talking for? I shook my head in wonder. So much has changed. Who would have thought we'd end up here? Do you think love is analytical now, Ethan? I knew from the moment I met you that you were something special. Oh, shit. His eyes traced patterns on my face, giving color to my cheeks. Your passion, your intelligence, your kindness, you inspired me to reach for more than just coding all day in my room. I hesitated. No one had ever been this open with me before, so I'd never been that open with anyone either. Still, I decided if he could put himself out there, I should meet him halfway. You helped me too, you know? Before you, I was so focused on my studies and planning every detail of my future, but being around you reminded me to live in the present, to find joy in the journey. You know, at the start of this, I never could have imagined where it would lead. The MISA project, the AI assistant, even Silver's strange methods, it all seemed so daunting. But with you by my side, I wasn't afraid to take risks, to think outside the box. We make a great team. Whatever comes next, I'm excited to take it on together. About that, Aria, you know how I feel about you, don't you? This thing between us, it's more than just a project, more than just coding or classwork. Oh shit, homie is being bold now. He held my gaze, staring into my eyes intently. You mean everything to me. Ethan, you're so cute. But whatever I was going to say was cut off by a familiar voice ringing out. Oh, motherfucker! Silver, get away! There you two are. I've been looking everywhere for you lovebirds. Oh my god. Why are you here? Whispering apart as Silver strolled up, Layla in tow, looking faintly baffled as usual. He grinned at our flustered expressions. What, didn't think I'd find this romantic little garden nook? This is my estate after all. Silver, we were just having a moment? Yeah, I can see that, but enough of that for now. Layla, come look at this view. Bro, I hate you! He's so, what the fuck? He ushered her over to the nearby terrace, pointing out over the expansive grounds. Layla made a polite remarks, occasionally shooting us apologetic glances. I sighed, leaning into Ethan's side as we watched Silver's attempt to impress her. For all his wealth and influence, he could be surprisingly clueless at times. Ethan leaned over to whisper in my ear. We'll have to continue our conversation later. I shivered a bit, feeling his breath on my neck. I was disappointed, but somehow I knew there would be other opportunities along with other stolen moments like this one. For now, I was content to simply be by Ethan's side as we rejoined the party. Silver's boisterous voice rang out over the grounds as we approached. And that, my friends, is why microbrewing is truly an art form. Now who wants to hear about my latest vinification experiments? What? Ethan caught my eye with a long-suffering look, making me chuckle. Some things would never change. But as his hands found mine, giving it a gentle squeeze, I knew one thing had changed forever. The connection between us that had blossomed from an improbable partnership into a bond like no other. We had a partnership? And I couldn't wait to see where this journey would take us next. Good ending? Holy shit, there is more? Bro, I'm ready to end game. I smiled as I looked over the final project report for the MISA project. So much had happened since that initial meeting with Ethan. I had made new friends, overcome personal challenges, and most importantly, allowed myself to open up and embrace life outside of just my studies. My gaze drifted to my laptop where Serenity's latest video was pulled up. Michelangelo's stunning artwork from Silver's party filled the screen, the bold colors and evocative brushstrokes as brilliant as she remembered. Serenity had captured the magic of that night perfectly. A new notification popped up, a photo from Layla. She was beaming alongside Silver, clearly having grown more comfortable with his over-the-top personality. Okay, so this is just a summary. I smile remembering how hard they had worked to find Layla the perfect outfit. I made a mental note to suggest a hiking or camping trip soon. Getting Layla out of the city and away from Silver's lavish lifestyle might be a nice change of pace. Damn, so she got herself a sugar daddy. Just then my phone began to ring. I glanced at the caller ID and felt my heart skip a beat. It was Ethan. Hey, you. I answered warmly. I was just going over to finish project files. Yep. I'm learning to use a laptop. I figured you would be. I have to admit, I'm going to miss working on this with you every day. Who says we have to stop? I was thinking we could look into getting Misa integrated with some other systems, really expand her capabilities. There was a brief pause. You know, I was actually calling about something similar. How would you feel about taking this nationwide, maybe even global? What? My eyes went wide. You're suggesting we commercialize Misa? Like for real? Why not? Ethan sounded enthusiastic now. She's a revolutionary AI assistant with some additional processing power and a marketing team. She could change the world. Ethan, I felt stunned but incredibly excited. That's amazing. I'm in, absolutely. When can we start? Or get started? How about tonight, over dinner? There was a smile in his voice. My treat. Alright. I agreed, grinning broadly. As I disconnected the call, I looked around my room at the remnants of the incredible journey. The Misa prototype, a photo of the team from happier times, my lengthy notes and diagrams. This project had just transformed her life in so many ways. To think I was jealous of an AI. And from the sounds of things, it was only the beginning. With a sigh, I closed my laptop and turned my thoughts to the future, and all the adventures yet to come with Ethan by my side. This partnership was just getting started. Dude, we got friend-zoned! Or is this the true confession here? Weeks had passed since the night of the party. The Misa project was nearing completion, and Ethan and I had only continued to grow as partners. Both professionally, and personally. Whatever our personal connection was, it still needed some defining. Okay, so we like each other, but we're not labeling it. Alright. Cool. Still, I couldn't keep the proud smile off my face as I met Ethan at the restaurant that evening. He looked a bit nervous, running a hand through his hair as he approached the table. There you are. How was today? I think it went over well. Silver's pretty confident the investors were impressed by the presentation, and all we can do now is wait. This is such an exciting idea you had commercializing Misa, taking her capabilities worldwide. I'm so impressed with your vision. Ethan ducked his head shyly. Thanks. I don't know if I'd call it a vision exactly. He trailed off, seeming unsure how to accept the compliment. I watched in amusement as a light blush crept up his neck. For someone so brilliant, he could be surprisingly humble sometimes. Well, I think it's an incredible accomplishment. You should be proud. Ethan met my gaze and a small smile playing at his lips. Thank you, Aria. That means a lot coming from you. We settled into a comfortable conversation over our meals, debating the various pros and cons of artificial intelligence and integration. So, what's your take? Is expanding AI capabilities a positive thing overall, or are you concerned about potential negative impacts? I don't know, man. It's a weird topic. Ethan considered the question seriously. Well, I think AI is a tool, like any other technology. It's not inherently good or bad. It depends on how we as humans choose to develop and utilize it. Like a knife can be used to prepare food or cause harm. You know, that's a great way to put it. He leaned back in his chair, lost in thought. After a moment, he leaned back again. That familiar excitement had grown so fond of creeping into his expression. With Misa, our intent is to create an assistant that enriches and empowers lives. But you're right, we have to be mindful of potential misuses or unintended consequences too. Maybe we should put that into the terms of use. Ethan. Nobody really reads that. I'm just saying. We continue dissecting the philosophy and ethics of AI development long after our plates had been cleared away. I found myself impressed once again by Ethan's thoughtfulness and nuanced perspectives. Finally, as our coffee grew cold. We're drinking coffee here? At night? Is that normal? Normal people do that? Like, literally, my bestie was like, yeah, I was gonna do this, the cafe meetup at 8 to 9 p.m. And I was like, coffee that late? Are you not gonna stay awake? Finally, as our coffee grew cold, Ethan seemed to snap out of his reverie. You're probably sick of talking about coding and robotics. How was your day, besides the project wrap-up? Oh, not important. I want to hear more about your ideas for marketing and distributing NISA. Have you considered partnering with tech companies or academic institutions? I thought I wasn't supposed to hyper-focus on work outside of work anymore. Wasn't that your role? This is different, though. Really? How so? My phone buzzed several times in quick succession. A little annoyed, I checked to see who it was. Well, much as I'd love to continue this fascinating discussion, it seems to have plans. I turned her phone... What? Turned her phone to show Ethan a string of messages from Serenity and Layla, insisting we all meet up for karaoke soon for girls' night out. What the fuck? Fuck that shit! We're on a date! I suppose these are more pressing matters. Pushing away from the table, he offered his hand. Well, on your way, Miss Hartfield. The future awaits. What? That is... What? She chose the girls over Ethan? I mean... No, what? Thought a rage quit this game, hello? We were on a date and she's like, oh, sorry. The girls are calling. What the fuck? As I approached the karaoke place, I could already hear Layla's sweet vocals ringing over the music. I do not give a shit. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You literally were on a date, dinner date, with Ethan. And you're like, the girls are calling. Are you shitting me? And now we're at the beach? I don't care. Is Ethan here? Oh my god. Holy shit. Okay, well... It's not a single sight of Ethan. I don't think Ethan would be here at the beach. Is the beach like the grand ending though? Oh, Ethan! Oh. I suppose if everyone else is being bolted, I should. What? He trotted off, rubbing the back of his neck anxiously. My heart skipped a beat as I recognized the signals. Ethan, what did you want to say? He opened and closed his mouth a few times, seeming to struggle with the words. Finally let out a theatrical sigh and looked at the sky, blinked, whatever. He said, little help here? I blinked in surprise as Misa's calm voice suddenly spoke from Ethan's pocket. I'm afraid I can't assist you with this particular situation, Ethan. Personal romantic declarations are outside of my programming perimeters. Okay, I'm assuming our friends were all confessing, because I'm not reading all that bullshit. Those are sentiments best expressed directly in your own words. Ethan groaned, burying his face in his hands. Why do you always have to be so smart? Slightly smug. That's how you designed me. Oh, that's her voice. I'm not supposed to read that. Laughter bubbled up in my chest as I patted Ethan consolingly. She's got a point there. Dropping his hands, Ethan fixed me with an intense look that took my breath away. Aria, there's something I've wanted to tell you for a long time now. Finally. He reached out hesitantly, fingers brushing my arm. I think I've felt this way since we first started working together. But the more time we spent together, the more I realize how incredible you are. Your brilliance, your passion, your caring heart, you inspire me every day. My cheek flushed hotly, but I held its gaze steadily. Ethan, I don't want to be partners on a project anymore. I want Aria. I want to be with you, if you'll have me. Of course, so why the fuck am I rejecting? I played way too long for your route to be rejecting you. There was a heartbeat of silence and his words hung in the air between us. Then, unable to contain myself a moment longer, I launched myself forward and hugged him hard. What the fuck is this? 011110001. 011000101. What is this? Can someone translate? Is a author gonna translate this shit for me? Ethan made a muffled sound of surprise before melting. I'm so proud of her though, because she was not into computers. So, like, she changed for him, too. By the time we finally broke apart, we were both grinning like idiots. So I'll take that as a yes. Was that yes in coding? That would be insane. Ethan murmured, resting his forehead against mine. I laughed as pure joy was bubbling up inside me. I had a feeling this beach trip was going to be memorable for more reasons than one. Did you really learn the binary code of yes for me? Oh, it is! Well, it sure wasn't for me. It was definitely... it definitely wasn't easy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm gonna assume That is I love you. Or I like you. Could be either one. ILOVE. What? No, that's too long. Shit. I don't know. This is a bit too complicated for me. But I'm pretty sure I understand what you're trying to tell me. Alright, you make me so happy. With Ethan and my friends on my side, I think I understand what the love triangle theory truly means. Do we? Is it good now? To be continued? What is there to be continued? There was voice acting? Where? Did I not get that part? There was voice acting? What the well, at least there was the actual true credits here. Alright, perfect. Finished. We got the route we wanted. I thought it was gonna be Damien, but you know what? Damien was a little creepy. He's a thumbnail though. He's a thumbnail though. But anyway, we are finished. JJ, I'm pretty sure you're probably gonna watch this VOD back. And expect a review. But I am sorry, I did not care too much about the side characters. I felt like Michelangelo's route, there was too much side character compared to main character. I felt like I was a side character in that route. But I played two out of the 5 characters. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Ethan all the way. Definitely didn't care for the side characters though. I feel like some of that was like a lot. And I needed more main character moments. I also do not like how I'm still bugged off about her being on that date with Ethan. And she's like, oh, the girls are calling. Gotta go, bye. What the fuck, girly? Anyway, there's a stream tomorrow. We will be playing Under Maintenance. I think there's partial voice acting. I hope there is, because my throat hurts. So now I'm just gonna have to just drink lots of water. Anyway, guys, enjoy the rest of your Sunday. No, stop it, Chronicles. And I will see you all tomorrow for a Monday stream.